I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't wait for a single reason not to say goodbye. Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. Oh, would that make you run and hide? Don't know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't wait for a single reason not to say goodbye.
Hello, everyone. Hope everybody is well and hope everybody is okay. It is the start of the week. We are starting our Monday with in a positive manner. I don't want to be too negative. I don't want to be too down. I don't want to be upset. I don't want to spoil your week. I don't want to spoil your week, right? Start the week off. I know it's not a high in essence. Sure, it isn't a high, but it is in the worst. It is in the worst situation. You could be a Liverpool fan right now, or you could be a Chelsea fan right now. Let's be honest. Or you could be an Everton fan right now. We're still okay. We're still fine. It's a defeat that we will take on the chin, based on the position we are in the league, based on the way we have been performing recently. I'll take it. I will take it. Let me know how you guys are feeling today on a Monday. If you have had a good day so far, if you're in the same time zone as me, I hope you have had a good day. I hope you have had a productive day. If you are just starting your day, I hope you have a productive day, and I hope you start your week off well. Whatever it is, hope you guys are okay and well. And me and my stream, if you ever feel like you need to express something or mention something, you're always free to do so. Big up to Starlord. Thank you for joining my stream. I appreciate you. Big up to Abu. Says too early, Faz. And I said it's never too early and never too late. You have to be in it to win it. You have to be in the game, baby. You have to be in the game. Big up Nostalgic Neil. Says good evening, and good evening to you as well, my friend. Johannes says, big up, Ten Hag learns from his mistakes. And he did indeed learn from Manchester City. And it was a bitter, harsh, solid, rough lesson that Man City gave us when we played in the Etihad Stadium. And Ten Hag clearly took a lot from that. I wonder what he would have taken from the Palace and the Arsenal game, though. I do wonder. Matt says, for the first time in a long time, it's more disappointing than anger. Shows that we are progressing under Ten Hag. He has a lot to learn, but I feel he can take us all the way. I wonder, you say he has a lot to learn. I wonder what he has to learn as well. What are the learning points? Something that we need to understand. Let's effing go. We will win the next 5 matches again ETH Army says nostalgic Neil. Erik Ten Hag says fast. Thank you very much. And nostalgic Neil says I am in Newfoundland, Canada, 3.5 hours behind you. So you're still in the afternoon kind of setting. So I'm hoping you are having a good afternoon. I will need to get my headphones on quickly. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just get my headphones on before I welcome our guests for the evening, who will be speaking to us about Ten Hag, who will be speaking to us about the stubbornness that we are now experiencing with Ten Hag. In all honesty, they did tell me about this. I was pretty much aware, but I didn't think that I would face it like this. It is what it is, right? At the end of the day, it is what it is. Please, everybody watching, make sure to welcome these guys. They have taken their time to come on my platform and show you guys love, show me love. We have Juan and we have Sabi from We Talk Ajax, all the way from the Amsterdam, Dutch land. They have been supporting Ajax for a very, very long time. They're a very amazing group who have their own platform called We Talk Ajax. On all social media platforms, you can find them as We Talk Ajax. And you know, I really suggest you go and watch their content. If you don't relate to their current content, because obviously they are not going through the best of the times with their current manager, but please do go and watch their content from last year. It is very crucial. I do that myself wherever I can. As you guys know, there's a lot of content to consume on YouTube. So what I do is normally I go in We Talk Ajax and I put it on 1.5 speed so I can consume the information quicker, because there's not that many hours in the day. But do go on their channel and consume all the videos from last year and the year before, because it is important for you guys to educate yourself what they went through when they were in the position we are in now. And they've done it. They've been there. They've won things with Ten Hag, and they've probably faced similar things like we are facing now in the early stages. And they had a shock to the system. So it's very, very kind of them for them to be through. Thank you, Juan, and thank you, Sabi, for coming through. I hope you guys are well. I hope I did you justice with the introduction, first and foremost. I hope I did. Juan, how are you feeling today, my friend?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me. It was a bit of last minute, but we managed. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it was a bit of last minute. I was thinking, what could I bring to? So I did a Twitter space this morning, and everybody was feeling this thing about ETH. A lot of fingers are being pointed at ETH, and I guess rightly so. I understand the perspective they're coming, and I thought instead of me explaining and understanding, I've consumed your content and I understand where these fans are coming from. I thought it would be best to hear it from you. Sabi, how are you feeling today, my brother?
Personally, I'm doing excellent. But club-wise, I'm a bit.
I've seen your hashtags. I have seen your hashtags.
You've seen it.
I have. I know you guys are not going through the best of the patch at the moment, and I can only apologize for taking your manager, your player. We have to be very sensitive. Yeah, we have to be very sensitive about it. But you guys are not in the worst position. You have, weird enough, a lot of draws in the league. You've drawn 5 out of 5, last 5 out of 5 games. And I don't know, as a fan base, I'm sure you guys are feeling like this manager's on thin ice, right? I'll go to you. Yeah, whoever wants to go first.
Ahead, you take it.
No, I mean, all the fans think he's on thin ice at this moment. I mean, we're going through a terrible period at this terrible situation, because we're 5th in position now in the league. That didn't happen for so many years. We haven't won any big game this season, and with a big game, I mean a big opponent. So, and our game is just terrible. So, all the ingredients are that he should be fired, but nonetheless, management still sees potential in him, whilst majority of the fans wants him out. So it's a bit of a struggle between management and the fans. And yeah, we're still in it. So that's why the hashtags, man.
I want to come to you, Juan, quickly. You know, with all due respect, your league is still very competitive. I think it's like 6 or 7 teams, based on what I'm like analyzing from your league. They're still competing in very fine, close margins. It's like 5 to kind of 7 points difference from the top of the table, which is still very much achievable, right? If the top of the table, which is Feyenoord, I think that's how you pronounce it, right? I always get it. If they start having a dip in form, Feyenoord, if they start having a dip in form, then all is well for you guys. You guys might start climbing. It only takes 2 or 3 games run, no?
Yeah, absolutely. But you have to put things also into context, right? There's a lot of context missing. Of course, you guys don't know this, but the fact of the matter is the reason why we're so close. Usually, if you look at the teams in the Eredivisie, past years, it's always Ajax, PSV, Feyenoord a little bit less. They were stronger in the 20th century than now, but also it has to do with financial reasons for Feyenoord. So it's a little bit different. And AZ is climbing as well, quite well. The thing is, and I'm coming back to what Sabi said, and that's our situation, our predicament basically, is that we spent over 100 million. We lost a lot of players. We lost really a lot of players. Yep. And the narrative here, Dutch media, and also from the board of Ajax, especially from the SAR, is we promised Schreuder only four players will leave. And it was much more than that. So they feel guilty towards Schreuder. And people are basically now looking at this squad and comparing to last year, which was a much better squad. But still, the fans are of the opinion, if you look at this squad compared to the other teams, we should be still comfortably leading the league table. And that's a debate basically going on right now. Schreuder is not doing the best with this squad. We do agree that it's not the same squad as last year, but still easily the best squad of the Eredivisie.
Wow. So you still feel like it's the best squad of the Eredivisie? Because there's a question here from Erik 10 out of 10 who says, Juan, where have the performances been lacking this season?
Yeah, the biggest problem that we're facing, Sabi, you can help me with this one as well, is our backline, because we missed Lisandro Martinez, Mazraoui. Blind now left as well, although he was on the decline. I have to be fair about that. And we had also Nico Tagliafico, who also left in the summer. So you see that the backline is the issue. We only have Timber basically left from last year. And Timber is struggling as well because all of the newcomers, Sanchez, Bassi, these kind of players, Wijndal, they're not at the same level. And Ajax really need players from the back that can build up the play. And that's really our problem right now.
You have a fairly young squad in terms of age, average age-wise, still fairly young. And yeah, some of these new players, I'm sure they'll need time to settle in, right, Sabi? They'll need at least a good solid season with the current manager.
Yeah, well, normally they do, and we should give them normally the time. But it's also the character and the type of player that we bought. It's not the same. We as Ajax, as a team, we always want to build up from the back. Martinez left us. He went to United. And we didn't buy a player which has the same characteristics as Martinez. Although less of quality, it wouldn't matter. We would give him time. But we don't have that type of player at the back, meaning we can't play the way we want to play. Clubs from the Eredivisie, even from the right side of the table, they are trying to pressure us because we don't know how to build up. If any opponent tries to pressure us, we get in difficulty. We pass the ball back to the goalie, and he gives high crosses because he doesn't know where to pass the ball to in defense. And that's where our problem lies. We had Martinez who could do the build-up. We had Blind who could do the build-up. We had Mazraoui who could help out in the build-up. All those players are real footballers. And now the players that we currently have are mainly defenders and not really players that can help with the build-up. Hence, having it very difficult against any opponent at this moment.
That's a very interesting point. You've got me thinking a bit. And this is off topic. I wasn't going to ask you this, but because you've got me thinking, I will. We have a lot of issue with our goalkeeper. And people are very fixated on saying David De Gea cannot, he cannot play out from the back. But it seems like you're having the same issue because you don't have the back line who could play out from the back. You don't have the fullbacks who could play out from the back. And that's a very key point because a decent fullback, for example, Cancelo, Zinchenko, these type of fullbacks. You look at, good quality Nuno Mendes, good quality fullbacks, even in good tight areas, they make good out of a bad situation. They can still come out of it. They can still play their way out of it. People are so fixated of Manchester United who want to say David De Gea, David De Gea, David De Gea, right? But let's be honest, your goalkeeper, Remco, if the correct pronunciation, he isn't the best distributor of the ball. We all know he's not the best distributor of the ball. But when he had the right players last season, it seemed like easy work. But in this season, it seems hard work, no?
Well, we got a new goalie now, Rulli. So he's quite better in the ball distribution. But I mean, the main important thing is the back line should be able to cope against pressure of the attackers. If that's in, then of course the goalie, it's an advantage if you have him as a player that can distribute the ball. But for us, it's quite different. With United, you now have Martinez. I mean, he's an excellent build-up player who knows how to defend and who knows how to build up. So he's somehow a complete player. That's basically what we are missing right now at this moment. And that's why we judge Schreuder of the lack of bringing in a proper defender who can also build up. Because the player that he bought, Bassi, he can most likely defend, but he's not a player that can distribute the ball from A to B in a proper way. If you pressure him, he will get in trouble so easily, and that's what's lacking for us at the moment. So if you have a footballing defense, players who can't, who are resistant to pressure, it's good to go. A goalie is a nice to have, in my opinion. If you have it, perfect. It's the Ajax way. And Ten Hag seeks something like that as well. But I don't see it as the biggest problem for United at this moment. Hence, no reason for him to change.
Are you in the same kind of page, Juan?
Yes, I am. And I wanted actually to make a bridge as well, because I'm being triggered a little bit to United in the sense that you guys are doing well, right? And every time you guys go play against an opponent, more or less in the Premier League, when you play against an opponent, it's fair play. Most of the teams go toe-on-toe. They will try to fight you their way, etc., etc. You're not at that stage yet that the opposing team will start to retract and stay in their own half, like they do against Manchester City. But they do that against Ajax in the Eredivisie. Usually you play against much better opposition. So what they do, most of the teams, especially the bottom league teams, they will sit back, tight areas, and you have to be good on the ball. Otherwise, you will not break the lines. You will not create any chances. So from Ajax perspective, it's critical for us to have ball-playing midfielders and defenders. For United, you still have that benefit that you can counterattack against teams like Arsenal or City or these kind of teams, because there is space to counter. But eventually, if you guys keep performing like that, I think that's the recruitment part of United. You guys have to get players that are much more comfortable on the ball, that are in the defense and also in the midfield.
That's a very good point. That is a very good point, because my fan base is so fixated on David De Gea. I don't understand why. When David De Gea is finding passes to, for example, Fred, and he can bring the ball down, he is finding passes to Wan-Bissaka, which led to the ball going out of play, which then led to a goal. But it's David De Gea's fault because he put the fullback under pressure. Well, it's a game of football. Fullbacks are supposed to be ready for the pressure. That's how the game works. The goalkeeper's supposed to find you. He did his job. You do yours. That's just how it works. But I'm glad you guys mentioned this, that the goalkeeper isn't the biggest issue, because we can counter-attack, and we probably are one of the most dangerous teams that in Europe when it comes to counter-attacking. Let's shift the conversation to Ten Hag, and I'll tell you what, so far we are very happy with him. You know, he's done absolutely amazing with the squad that he has. Some of the things he has done, I'm not expecting for you guys to have watched all of our games and keep up to date, but I'm sure you've been keeping in the loop as much as possible. But he's done a miracle with certain players that we didn't even know they had things in their locker, whether that be him, whether that be his coaching style, whether that be how he has equipped assistant managers to deal with it. Because the more I research, the more I find out is he equips the people around him to develop the players just as much as himself. So, for example, like a Steve McLaren, Van der Gaag, Eric Ramsey, Benny McCarthy, all of these other people involved in the backroom staff, they all have their bits to play. From a tactical perspective, though, he's been very good. He's been able to handle the biggest teams in the league. Europe-wise, in all honesty, I feel like Ten Hag will probably come across one of the biggest games in his career facing Barcelona in the two-legged. With all due respect, I know he took you guys to semi-finals in Champions League, which was an astonishing achievement. But with Lisandro Martinez being out in the first leg, he has to face Barcelona in Spotify Stadium. And I wonder what he will be able to do. He's clearly obsessed tactically with Manchester United, but we have now hit this kind of roadblock or a little checkpoint. We have come towards our first checkpoint. Well, you could say second. The first checkpoint was Harry Maguire and Lindelof at the start of the season. We've gone past that. Harry Maguire is not in the squad as much, so it's okay. Cool. Second checkpoint now is people are seeming to be frustrated about him making substitutions in the critical time in games. So I'm guessing you guys know, but if you don't, for the purpose of education, I'll give you context. Our last game was against Arsenal, which was one of our biggest games of the season, if not the biggest game of the season, because Arsenal are currently top of the league. Prior to that, we had a game 3 days ago against Crystal Palace. The number one player in our squad is Lisandro Martinez, if you ask me. But alongside him, neck and neck, is Casemiro. And Casemiro was on his borderline yellow card. One more yellow card, and he would be out the Arsenal game.
Yep.
We are winning the game against Crystal Palace. 80 minutes have gone by, yet he decided to continually keep Casemiro on the field when we are actually winning the game. Crystal Palace were not a threat. They did not seem like they were going to score. The goal that they scored, they equalized eventually on the 90th minute. They equalized, but it was one of the best free kicks that you could see in the year. It hit the top of the post and then went in. You can't stop that. It's a worldie goal. Credit to Olise for scoring that goal. But why was he so stubborn to keep Casemiro on? Because we needed Casemiro in the Arsenal game by any means necessary. So now come the Arsenal game. Casemiro's not here. He decides to go with an Eriksen and Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay has been amazing at the start of the season, has been really good for his caliber, but then he's been benched by the upper echelon Casemiro. Eriksen is 30 years old, and let's be honest, he's played a lot of games for Manchester United this season, and it is showing that he is deteriorating and tiring. It is showing. He's gassing out, his sprint speed, his decision-making. When you're fatigued, your passes are lazy, your reaction is lazy. He's decided to keep Eriksen on for, again, a full game. He's decided to go with Scott McTominay for a full game. He has a secret weapon called Garnacho. I'm sure you guys know of Garnacho, who's been lighting up the Premier League. He has a secret weapon, I like to call it, even though people don't like to call it. He has a secret weapon called Malacia, who I really, really, really love with all my heart. I really love this kid. He decides to not bring them on. He decides to bring on Garnacho for 2 minutes. In addition to this, he has Facundo Pellistri, starter for Uruguay, who featured for Manchester United for a 10-minute cameo, who gave an assist in the 10 minutes as well. He didn't make the subs, and we could have won that game, or better yet, got a point. What do we think now as Manchester United fan base? Because you have been through this again and again. I'll start with you, Sahbi, and then I'll come to you, Juan.
It feels like how you call it, a deja vu, because this is
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it.
No, man, this is something that happened a lot when he was a coach of Ajax. His lack of substitutions, his lack of or not the lack of, but bringing in substitution at the late stage during game. While would have loved to see some substitutions during the 60th minute, he brought them in from the 80th minute and up. So that was really difficult and to digest, because it's stubbornness. It's stubbornness because he thinks that things will happen on its own without doing these changes. With regards to Casemiro, he puts in a lot of responsibility on the player himself. He doesn't really defend the players or protecting the players by taking them out. No, he wants to leave them, and he wants them to take responsibility. Casemiro knows a yellow card would get him suspended. So he expects from Casemiro to not making tackles or bring himself in those situations where he would get that yellow card. So he puts in a lot of responsibility, and that's one of the reasons he kept him in. He sees him as a key player, and a 1-0 is still a dangerous result.
Sure.
So he wanted to keep him in to protect the score. Unfortunately, it didn't happen, but that's how he thinks. And the fact that he doesn't change a lot, yeah, it's known. I don't know, Juan, whether you have another view of this, but yeah.
Yeah, in my view, one of the critics that we had on the channel, on We Talk Ajax channel, when we had Ten Hag, and I think we voiced this a couple of times as well, is that when it's a narrow game, when it's really a narrow game, whether it's European or league game, etc., we feel like Ten Hag is a bit hesitant to make changes.
Okay.
An example, like the City game. You guys were, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys conceded the first goal. You guys had to come back. So he was forced to make changes. If you go to Crystal Palace, it's a different situation. You guys were leading 1-0.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, even though you're saying Casemiro has a yellow card, there are a couple of players that he would see like, okay, these are experienced players, and Ten Hag is the kind of coach, he wants those 3 points. He's not thinking about Arsenal. So you have to forget that. He doesn't think like
right.
So it's one game at a time, one fixture at a time, 3 points is all that matters. And he thinks at that time, I cannot take Casemiro out, because I saw the game. It was pretty actually, Crystal Palace had some good chances, and De Gea had some good saves as well. So it was narrow. It was 1-0. You guys second half were a bit gassed out, to be honest, a bit tired. So you guys were pulling through, basically. But that free kick came out of nowhere, to be honest. So, yeah, it was 1-1. But coming back to Ajax, I can name like the Tottenham Hotspur game. We were like, it was a tight game. At the end, he waited very long to make changes, even though we were like leading 3-0 already. And then at the end, when things were very tight, he made the wrong substitutions in our view. He brought in a player, Magayan, for instance, wasn't the best choice. Also, the Benfica game, I remember the away game that we played last year or the year before, Sahbi, I don't remember. Last year was Benfica? Yeah, last year.
No. The year before.
The year before.
Oh, you mean, yeah, because last year. Last year.
Yeah, last year. So last year, we were like, the first half, we were blowing them away in Portugal. And then we start having problems in the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes of the second half. And we can all see that we're being overrun. And especially on the left side, Blind, etc., should have been substituted. He waited very long until it was 2-2, and then he brought in the sub. So eventually, Ten Hag has a lot of good qualities, a lot, and what he's doing at Manchester United is amazing. I didn't even, honestly, if I'm very honest, I didn't expect that to be that soon, what he's achieving right now. But this is his main, in my opinion, deficiency that he has. And he has to work and develop that still.
It's almost, but the thing is, Juan and Sahbi, if he has been like this from before, it's like it's almost like that's just how he is. You take the good with the bad, right? It's just what it is. You can't blame a man for thinking of the game that is right now instead of thinking of the game that is tomorrow. He did, I understand now that he didn't think of the Arsenal game. He wants to make sure he can kill this game off. And I like to use a very different analogy. I like to call it soldiers and war. If he's in battle and he has his trusted soldiers who do you expect for him to use to see the mission through? It's Casemiro's, it's Bruno, it's etc. etc. Because these are senior players.
Yep.
Fan base are now saying, well, Bruno Fernandes does not work on the right-hand side. Why is this manager using him on the right-hand side? There is a player called Facundo Pellistri who gave you an assist in 10 minutes, who was a starter for Uruguay, who did really well in the World Cup, who plays on the right-hand side. Why are you playing Bruno on the right? We haven't scored a goal when Bruno has played on the right this season. So why are you doing it?
Juan can answer this.
Yeah, the only thing I can say about this is coming back to our situation at Ajax. It took him a whole full half season to bring basically, especially Lisandro Martinez, into the squad. He benched him for almost half a year. Everybody was,
wow.
The whole fan base was like, this guy's too good to be on the bench, you know? And eventually he was brought in at a cup game because he had to rotate, because we had a cup game right after the PSV game was against AZ. So he was forced to make substitution, which, by the way, Ten Hag doesn't like to rotate his squad a lot, only if he's forced to do that. So he had to. So he brought Lisandro Martinez in and Alvarez. That game against AZ changed everything. Those two players became like critical players at Ajax from that point on, because they proved to Ten Hag how good they are in the game.
Okay. And what about you, Sabi?
We're talking about academy players. One of the favorite quotes that stuck with me with Ten Hag, I think it was even last year. They asked him sometimes, because we have a lot of youth also players, young players, etc. And another thing that we were frustrated about a little bit is that he wait a lot for substitutions or to give youngsters chance, even when we're like up 3-0 or these kind of things. You remember, Sabi? And then he reacted saying, players don't get a chance. They have to earn it.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. I say this to the people. 10 minutes of a cameo and people are thinking, what does the player have to do? Well, a lot. The player has to do a lot. You don't just come in. I go to every single youth game of Manchester United, along with men's game as well. And I see the academy games and I say to myself, he is this player, because you can see in academy level who is one of the best players in the field. It's easy to identify. And you say, why is the manager not using him? Like Zidane Iqbal, in my opinion, is one of the best midfielders in our academy to come up. The manager doesn't even take him in the squad. He doesn't even add him to the squad. And you sit there and think, why? Because he did similar things with Kudus, remember? And look at now Kudus, right, is coming through and everybody's like Kudus, but the man has his own way of bringing players in. So what I did today, right, Sabi, I'll come to you with this. What I did today is I sat and analyzed how Garnacho came into the squad. Like, if you think, when did Garnacho come into the squad? If you sit back and actually remember, you know, as a fan, you think, you know what? Last time I remember him is him having a great performance in maybe a Europa game. But then when you start tracking back a little bit, you start understanding how Ten Hag actually brought this kid into the team. He didn't just click his finger and he came on. No. Initially, he was not involved in the preseason because of his attitude issues, right? So this kid, right, attitude issues, didn't get involved. He then started in a friendly game. He had a couple minutes in a friendly game, you know, just above half a game. And then after that, he didn't see no first team football for at least 6-7 games. No first team football. Then he saw 20 minutes in a Europa League game. He then did not see any first team minutes for nearly 9 games. Then he put him another Europa League game for like 60, 70 minutes. Then he kept him off for another game. And then there was an injury concern or concern over Sancho. And then he said, right, okay, you have given me something there. Let's give you some minutes, right? So he puts him on against the Europa League. Again, this is still Europa League Cup games. He brought him on in Europa League. He did well. He got a goal. He then brought him on in a Premier League game, which we lost. And after that, he reduced his minutes again. Then he started featuring him in cup game, couple of minutes in a Premier League game, cup game, couple of minutes in a Premier League game. And then now he started to give him Premier League minutes, 45, 25, 90, 20, like that. It's very, very meticulous. The way he almost gives you slow. He doesn't just go, boom, you're part of the squad. So this is what I'm trying to educate the fan base is I know we have talent, but if it's not right, it is not right. And that's why the man is getting paid. Right, Sabi?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he has a program, he has a schedule for every talent that plays within a club, and you have to understand that he also tries to protect these kind of gems. If he would play, if that gem, for example, Garnacho would play every game, and fans would be really excited about this player, and he all of a sudden has a lack of form, fans will like write him off. They won't see anything in him. Ten Hag is really protecting his youth players. He is demanding a lot from them. As Juan said, they need to earn their minutes, and he keeps bringing them bit by bit. The same applied with Gravenberg. He brought him in slowly. The first year he wasn't the starter. He was mainly playing minutes. The second year, that's when he really started to play first team football, becoming a starter. So he wants to take youth players really slowly and let them gel in, let them smell the quality or the level of what is demanded from the first team, because none of the youth players can really cope directly with the first team. Nobody, unless you're a super talent. So what he does is try to bring them bit by bit, and I expect that he will do that with. Well, he's already doing that with Garnacho. Pelistri will be the same. I mean, those are typically the two players which he will probably invest a lot of time in, and don't get used to it because he's not a coach that brings in a lot of youth players into the squad. Right, Juan? Because I can't recall at Ajax him bringing a lot of youth players, and that was the thing.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different or difficult comparison because at Ajax usually
we got youth players
prior to Ten Hag, we were forced basically to use much more youth. But when Ten Hag came, we basically had a better financial standing, so we could really get players from outside, and we paid much more in terms of transfer fees and got quality players in. So the need to put players from the youth in the team was a little bit less than before. So that comparison is a little bit, I would say, difficult to make, but it was less if you look at the numbers. But I would also like to add something else to what you said, Sahbi. I mean, usually we see this with Ajax as well, right? If you have veteran players in your team or players that are like, the like Casemiro's, Lisandro Martinez, these kind of players, they bring consistency to a team. So you know what to expect from them. Young players in general, they go with up and down. They go up and down in terms of performance, which is normal. That's the part of being a young player, and you have to have patience with that. But Ten Hag has such a high standard and demands so much that for those young players to get there and be consistent, it takes much more time, and that's also something you have to be aware of.
Okay. People are saying Ten Hag has this talent idea of just Dutch players. Why does he keep going to Dutch players? Why is he gone and brought Wout Weghorst, who's only a Dutch player? Can you shed some light on this? Because I don't think he only goes for Dutch players, even though his number one target was Frankie de Jong. Okay, he got Malacia. Yes, he got Wout Weghorst. But then Martinez is not a Dutch player. Eriksen, Casemiro are not Dutch. Antony is not Dutch. So he has to find a balance, but people are not really seemingly happy with this Wout Weghorst guy who is brought in. Any light on that? I'll start with you, Juan.
Yeah, I have actually a lot to say about that because I was a bit worried as well, already in the summer, because basically what you're seeing is that he's picking players that he knows. And then you start thinking, why is he picking players that he knows? So whether they're Dutch or from the Eredivisie or, basically all these players, even Eriksen played at Ajax, previously. So I think the reason for that is, and I have to ask the question to you guys because you guys know the club much more united as I do. It has to do with recruitment, basically. I don't think you guys have something set up for Ten Hag at the moment for which you can trust the recruitment that, okay, I need this profile player. for that position, etc., etc. And they have like, okay, this is it. This is the player. And that's why, and also this one factor. The second factor is, as I understood, but again, I'm not an expert. You guys are going through a transition in terms of new owner. There's no money, etc., etc. I think Sahbi and I mean, Sahbi can say it as well. We already voiced our skepticism about the Weghorst deal because he can be valuable, but he's not a United quality player. He's not a United player in general. But if your hands are tight, you don't have money, and you have to find something, then we do understand that you come at Wout Weghorst as an option. You understand what I mean? But in terms of, I mean, how good he is, he's not a United player, to be honest. My view, of course.
Yeah.
Sabi, what are your thoughts on that?
No, 100%. I mean, with regards to why Ten Hag is picking all those Dutch players or players from the Eredivisie, I just want to add to what Juan said because he's actually right. But I just want to add that he also wants players that knows how Ten Hag wants to play. I mean, Martinez, Antony, and even Malacia playing at Feyenoord, but has his attacking-minded play as a left back. They know the type of play, the tactical type of play, what Ten Hag demands. Hence the reason why he opted for these type of players. The same applies for Eriksen. He knows the Ajax way of playing, so it would be easy to really implement that when they play at United. And next to that, we have Wout Weghorst. I'm not really, I wasn't really excited about him. I expected him to be at United as a super sub, as a striker who would get in when you are 1-0 behind and you have to force something, or you're drawing and you need to force something. But to see him as a starter, that's not how I've foreseen it. And it's he's as Juan said, he's not a United player, and I expect that this is solely the reason because there's no funds available. Otherwise, I would opt definitely for a better striker. I mean, I would love to have, for example, Oshimen at United. He would be a perfect added value for this team. He's quick. He has depth. He can score goals. He can combine. He would be the perfect replacement of Ronaldo because that's what currently missing at this moment in striker position.
It's basically, you don't have money and something is broken. You look at your house, you're trying to find something, and the only thing you have is duct tape. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, sometimes it is what it is. And on top of that, we do have another thing that is broken, which is Martial, who cannot stay fit to save his career. And that is something out of our hands. That is something out of Ten Hag's hands. And, just touching on that quickly, because, again, shedding light on it if you can, fan base is very... I keep telling them, it's like they forget. I don't understand Juan and Sabi. They forget. I tell them again and again, go listen to We Talk Ajax. They told me he will back the player on press conference, but behind the scenes, he's gunning them down. I'm telling you, just because 100%. He said that one thing about Ronaldo on the press conference doesn't mean that's it. Just because he said Martial is his favorite, it might not be his favorite. He just doesn't want media attention on his squad. That's the most important. He don't even like talking to squad. I add 2+2 because I consume so much content. I add 2+2, right? One of the other channels that I'm on, they send people to tour with United, right? Over the summer. Ten Hag didn't want to speak to the journalists. The club had asked him, they were reporting this. The club had asked him, please, it's a duteous form of, the production and whatever we put together, you must do some press conferences or something. He would much rather be in the training ground. He doesn't want to talk to the journalists at all. So if he's saying that Martial's crucial, he's just saying it to keep everything calm and cool and not set the whole house on fire. That's all he's doing. And I wonder if he sat with Van der Gaag on a Thursday to plan for his game on a Saturday or Sunday, and he's thinking, who have I got available? Okay, Martial is available. Right, let's start him. Come Saturday, the game day, warm up, he gets injured. Do you think Ten Hag is going to trust him? No, he's not. He's not that stupid, let's be honest. And it's already happened, by the way, twice, where Martial got injured during warm-up, where he's been injured, after 35 minutes. And if you're a crucial player, I've never seen Ten Hag say he's frustrated until he said that he was frustrated about Martial. At that point, like I said, I added 2+2. I knew he's not going to bash the player because the player's already gone to French media at the start of the season and said so many things about a previous manager. He's not going to say anything publicly. He's simply going to say, you know what? I'm frustrated. He's not available. We'll see what we can do. And he's gone with Wout Weghorst because that's the only option he has. But as a manager, if you think outside from a fan perspective, think from a manager, this is not your soldier. This is not your trusted soldier for missions. It's not possible. Who gets injured? That he has to manage him. We just spent 10, 15 minutes talking about subs. He had to sub off Martial 60 minutes, 70 minutes, 45 minutes. No. Ten Hag barely likes to sub as it is. And if he's subbing off a player like that, managing minutes, I'm telling you, he's not happy with that player. I'll tell you that right now. And ladies and gentlemen, these two will tell you themselves. Let's just touch on, though, Antony, your star boy, my star boy. I am still have high stocks on him. I haven't sold any of my stocks. I am fighting with my shield day and night for Antony. They're not happy. They're not happy at all. They're criticizing him a lot quicker than I thought. His stats are there. He has scored a good few goals for us this season so far. His stats are better than Sancho as well in 2 seasons. He scored some amazing goals with his left foot so far this season. But he is not direct. But he slows the game down. But he doesn't link up with his fullback well enough. The partnership with his fullback is not. His passes are lazy. His crosses are not pinpoint accurate. I'll start with you, Juan. What do we do with this guy?
Difficult question. Look, I've said this also before. Coming to the Premier League, it's a different beast. It's such a physical league, basically. And I'm not trying to find excuses because I have to be honest as well. I'm not happy with what I'm seeing from Antony at United so far. He's making a lot of mistakes. He's not playing at that level, confidence level, that he used to play at Ajax. But I think also that he's trying to figure out how to make it work on his position because he's trying too much, in my opinion, as well. And sometimes I think he did it at Ajax sometimes as well, that he, loses composure, basically, decision-making, these kind of things. At Ajax, you always get the ball back. So you have like 20 times, he can get the ball 20 times, and maybe 10 will go very well, and 10 will go terribly bad. But at United, this is a scarcity. It has to be much more efficient. It's a different league again. You're playing against much better opposition. I think he has to, he just have to improve himself, one. Second of all, one of the things that I saw at Ajax and what is now lacking a little bit at the United is what you said, the combination with the right back. Mazraoui and Antony were like, you can blindfold them. They knew exactly what to do with each other. They were like compatible. And that's what, our right side was incredible last season. One of the best I've ever seen. And that's also something that you need. He needs the help from his right back to go to overlap. Because then he has much more options, or he can go invert, he can go outside, and these kind of things. And about the passing, now you have Wout Weghorst, so it will come eventually. But one of the things he's very good at is passing the ball to the late post, so the second post, basically.
Yep.
Curling.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think eventually you will see that because Ten Hag has done this with Ajax, he will curl the ball there. And there will be either Weghorst or either Rashford coming from the left side, entering the 16-yard box or 20-yard box and trying to score. So there are a lot of things that he still has to show. And I have to be honest, I expected from him, a little bit more. So again, it's a young player. He has to get confidence, but he is a good player. Honestly, he is.
Yeah. And next to that, I think the transfer fee was also like a small burden on his shoulder because we all know he's not worth that 100 million.
Sure.
But it's the market. The market made it that he was bought for 100 million. So fans expect probably way more in comparison with other players who were bought for 40 or 50 million. So you can, you can see that as something different in comparison with Martinez. Martinez, on the other hand, was a bargain because I mean he did so
Yes,
much. He's playing so well. And how much was he bought for? 50 million,
50,
55,
57.
57. I mean,
57.
he he's probably worth double now. But so it's the market. The market is telling us how much a player is worth, and United overpaid. It's clear. But you have to give him some time. I mean, he's still young. He's an international. He plays for Brazil national team. It's not for nothing. I mean, they know the quality. We all know his quality. He just needs a little bit of time, but he also needs to work on himself as well because he should stop with slowing down the play. He needs to pass a bit quicker. He needs to not wait a bit, and he should not show off a lot. So there are a lot of things that he needs to improve, but that's where Ten Hag. That's why Ten Hag is there. He needs to fix him.
I'll give my perspective, but I'll come back to you guys with this. His right foot. Does he have one? I'll start with you, Juan.
Not really. No.
Chocolate leg.
Okay.
We call it the chocolate leg.
So no right leg at all. So Manchester United fan base watching this stream, go tell your friend, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your sister, tell everybody, tell your teacher, whoever it is, that Antony does not have a right leg. And I told you this at the start of the season, that ladies and gentlemen, beware. You're not going to miraculously get this player to all of a sudden start crossing the ball with the right leg. We have many content creators and, people in the Man United fan base who say, well, we like right wingers who cross with their right foot. Well, guess what? I don't care because Ten Hag doesn't want that. He wants a left-footed right winger, and that's what he gets, and that's what he wanted, and that's what we're going to see. Get used to it or just let your analogy go because there's no point. All of those days of right-footed right wingers, left-footed left wingers in Manchester United, 4-4-2 long ball, they're done. That's not the type of football that you're going to see with Ten Hag. He wants inverted wingers. He wants inverted fullbacks. He wants fullbacks that overlap. He wants fullbacks that attack quite a bit. And hopefully we can get that in the future. I think his best partnership, Antony's best partnership, has been with Dalot so far this season, where his most successes have been. And also Dalot is one of those that can cross from deep quite a bit, whereas Wan-Bissaka can't. But then Wan-Bissaka's defensive attributes is so good. I do have a couple of questions for you. Terence asks to Juan. He says, Juan, I have a question for you. Why have Netherlands' production line of world-class talent stopped in recent years or slowed down, I guess?
Wow. That's a difficult question to ask. I don't know, honestly. I mean, he's talking about the top of the lines, right? Quality players. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. It's a difficult question to answer. If you look at Ajax, we do see talented players coming through. But one of the things as well, and that's something that's very difficult always, is how a young player develops. Because if you look at the academy, how many times Sahbi as well, we've seen like players we thought, oh, this is going to be a big player. They take wrong decisions. They go too early to a big club, and then their whole career basically is not what you hope for them to be. So it has to do with a lot of factors. But from the talent factory that we have, the youth academy of Ajax, we do have players coming through. But the thing is, you also have generations. You have generational talent sometimes. Like Frenkie de Jong is a generational talent, in my opinion. So how you see it. De Ligt, even though he went to Juventus, which was not very good choice, by the way, in my opinion, generational talent. He was already captain at 17 years old. He was captain of Ajax, something like that. So it really depends how you see it. Now you see a generation that we have a lot of good defenders, not so much attackers as we used to have. So it's a fluctuation, basically. And we're not a very, very big country. We have to be honest about this as well. But you can best compare us with Portugal. And in my opinion, Portugal is doing a better job in terms of talent. If I'm honest. I don't know if Sahbi agrees, but that's how I see it.
No. I agree with you in full. And I think that the next reason might be that clubs in the Netherlands, and I'm talking about PSV, Ajax, Feyenoord, they have received a lot of money from clubs when they sold their talents, and they use those funds to buy bigger players to keep that constant level. They demand more from players, and that might be the reason why young talents don't really come up that soon.
Yeah, look at, for instance, I mean, he's not Dutch, but just as an example, look at Madueke, for instance, Noni Madueke. He's just now bought by Chelsea. This guy never played full season at PSV yet, and he's bought by Chelsea. You know, so this is what
I mean, same with Mudryk. Mudryk's only just come through into the Ukrainian league and only just featured. But there you go. Same with Endrick. Remember, Endrick, Real Madrid have signed for an astonishing amount. Barely played any minutes of any senior football, and yet they're going. But I still think, you know, the Netherlands side still have good up-and-coming players. You look at Xavi Simons being one of the forefront of this, who is absolutely, taking the world of football by storm. You have Getrudia, I think that's how you pronounce his name, who's playing for Feyenoord as well. From the top of my head, I think there's a Wolfsburg player as well, Mickey Van something, his name is. He's 21 years old for Wolfsburg. There's a few. There's a few, but again, there is not one where it's taken the world by storm. For example, like a Frankie De Jong, or etc. Or Van de Beek, but Van de Beek is not looking good for him at the moment.
Yeah, but Van de Beek was never considered that level, honestly. Even at Ajax, he was not considered that level. You had basically the 2018-19. The top level was Frankie, De Ligt, Ziyech. Who else am I missing? Sorry, those were the three, right?
Yeah, those were the really top.
Yeah, exactly.
Every line, indeed.
Yeah.
There is a left back, Baker or Bakker, I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Mitchell Bakker.
Mitchell Bakker, the left back. He's Leverkusen. That's another, young player. And these young players, people forget, just because you haven't heard of them doesn't mean they're not upper echelon. Some of them, they are upper echelon in the making, because let's not forget Enzo Fernandez was 10 million at the start of the summer, where nobody knew about Enzo Fernandez, and boom, nobody knew about Mudryk a couple of months ago, and boom, Mudryk came through. So these young players, there's still talent coming through, but I guess they're just not as hyped up as English talent, let's say, for example.
But you have to be lucky as well. I mean, you were talking about Mitchell Bakker. He was a left back at Ajax, but he played at the youth academy. He didn't saw any perspective to play at the first team, so he went to Paris Saint-Germain, and from there on, he made some few minutes and then made a transfer to Leverkusen. The same applies for Botman, who plays for Newcastle. He didn't play any minute at Ajax. He comes from the Ajax youth academy. He was loaned out to another club in the Eredivisie, and from there on, a lot of clubs were interested in him. Without playing any minute, he got sold for 8 million to Lille in France, and from there he went to Newcastle. And you see how Newcastle is doing. That's basically Botman is one of the reasons why they are playing that well. So you have to have that bit of luck as well. Normally, certain players that go to other clubs at a very young age don't really get to the first team, and they did well.
Yeah, we might see another one as well, whose name is Ian Matson, who's playing in Burnley at the moment. He's in Burnley, and Burnley look like they're going to be qualifying for the Premier League next season. So he's another player, 20 years old, going into 21. We'll be seeing him next season as well. So there are talent coming through. There is another question that I have. I'm guessing you've kind of answered it, but it says, for We Talk Ajax, who suits Ten Hag's system better, Kane or Oshimen? Currently, the Manchester United fan base are in a meltdown, because right in the middle, people want Harry Kane, and right in the middle, 50% people do not want Harry Kane. You have mentioned Sahbi, you prefer an Oshimen. I prefer an Oshimen as well. There's Vlahovic. I would also prefer Gonçalo Ramos. I keep talking about Gonçalo Ramos. I think that would be a fantastic, for his age. He's so young. I think that would be an option as well. But Sapi, you've given your kind of answer before. Juan, I'll ask you, do you have a preference, you think, for a striker for Ten Hag?
It wouldn't surprise me if Ten Hag would go for Kane, honestly. Even though,
really,
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me because.
Please don't say that, because that is bad for my branding. That is bad for branding. I do not want Kane.
Yeah, but this is it. I mean, the reason why I say this is because I remember how the fan base reacted when we signed Haller. It's not the typical Ajax player we want, but what did Haller do? He scored a lot of goals. He honestly scored a lot of goals for Ajax. And if you look at it, I mean, Oshimen is very good, don't get me wrong, but Kane is proven in the Premier League, although he's also older, but he's proven. He can score goals easily. And nothing more than Ten Hag likes is consistency.
Yeah,
a player that he knows what to get from a player. So that's why I'm saying it wouldn't surprise me if they would end up with Kane. Although, of course, in terms of technical ability, speed, all these kind of things, Oshimen would be amazing as well. Honestly, yeah.
And it all depends on how he will play. Yeah, I mean, if he would play this type of football, the counter-attacking football, it won't be Kane because he wouldn't suit this type of play. But if you go with a full attacking formation, then of course he might opt for Kane because Kane has, as Juan said, has proven himself in the Premier League, knows the Premier League. He has the full package to play for United. But it all depends on formation. If he continuously plays this way, I won't see Kane coming to United.
But I have to just say one thing because I don't fully agree with Sahbi. Because the reason why is because I've seen Kane at Spurs also drop deep playing as a 10. He is able to do this. And he has a very good passing also in his leg. So what happens, the Tadic 2018-19. So if he drops, what happens with the wingers? They come inside. Rashford, for instance. It would be perfect in that system. So that's also why I think Kane might be
difficult to say.
Yeah, could be a good one. Oshimen is a different type of striker as well, so that's why I'm comparing.
This guy can make goals out of thin air, Oshimen. The way he presses I've never seen a player press like that, not in the modern game anyways.
That's true.
His pressing is unbelievable, but he also has an injury in him. He also has a little bit of niggling injury, which they'll have to manage. But if Ten Hag can manage that, and I believe he can, they will. The most important thing is Manchester United, well, the half that don't want Kane, they don't want a 30-year-old. They are tired of 30-year-olds. But what age was Haller when he came to Ajax? He wasn't in his mid-20s, was he?
27.
Was he?
26 or 27.
Something like that.
So if that's the case, then it makes more sense to go for someone like an Oshimen or someone like. If you're gonna pay 85 million for Harry Kane, you might as well pay 9,500 for Oshimen, right? It makes the most sense.
Makes sense. Makes fully sense.
It makes the most sense. Someone asks, who is it? There you go. General Dan ask if they want Elanga. I don't think they would.
Elanga is a left winger or a right winger? Help me out
here. Well, fluid. He plays mainly left, but he can also play on the right. But he's a fluid front three kind of player. He played in the middle as well.
Wasn't he going to Dortmund, or did that collapse?
It's not collapsed yet. There is roughly 5 to 7 clubs that have approached Elanga for a loan. Dortmund was one of them who had identified him, but nothing has been identified as to him leaving. But yeah, there are clubs that are looking for him. But I don't think Ajax fans, would you want someone like an Elanga to go next to who?
Well, I don't know.
Who would he complement?
Honestly, I would be okay with that.
Yeah,
because
next to a Brodby or next to a Luka.
Yeah, we only have basically one right winger, but he's still coming
young.
He's young. He didn't have a lot of matches at Porto, Conceição I'm talking about. He's really a prolific right winger, but he needs time to develop. So that's basically our only option. And what our coach is doing now is, because we got Bergwijn and we have Tadic, both play on the left wing. He's now, putting Tadic or Bergwijn on the right wing, which is not ideal. So we need one right winger, and getting Elanga on a loan. I mean, it could work, because it will help also Conceição to develop. He doesn't have to play all the games. So who knows? But I don't know if Ajax is looking into that, or whether they want something more permanent.
I say Elanga is a fluid player, because the factual evidence it is taking my agenda or biasness aside. Has Elanga played on the left? Yes. Middle? Yes. Right? Yes. So he can play all three positions. The level at which he can play is another question. That's for you guys to decide. But he has played in numerous different positions. And the last question I have for you guys is Logan, who is a regular viewer of my stream. So big up, Logan. Welcome. He says, we talk Ajax. Where do you see Man United in 3 years? We'll start with you, Sahbi.
Good question. As Juan said, we did not have any expectation for his first season, Ten Hag at United. So if he would get in top 4, it will be a smashing result for Ten Hag and for United. And I expect them to be in the top 4 if I look at how United's playing. But in 3 years, I think in 3 years they will definitely play for the title. I don't say they will win the Premier League, but he will be a contender. Playing like
that one hurts me a little bit, because we were this close to title challenge this season.
That's true, but nonetheless, things can go back, things can go up. I'm not saying next year is going to be they're going to win the title. Don't forget, City will probably buy themselves again some top players. Chelsea will continue to buy players. Arsenal is doing okay right now, doing well if you compare it to previous seasons. So it all depends on what kind of transfer amount Ten Hag gets with the new owners. If he continues like this, I won't see it happening, because he can, of course, do a lot, but without any players available, he won't do. Yeah, he can't do anything. But if the new owners are able to spend, and Ten Hag gets his type of players, he would definitely have a chance to win the title.
I believe so. We are in a semi-final already of the Carabao Cup, which is an amazing feeling for us to be in a semi-final, and we feel like we can get to the final. It's a 2-legged semi-final, which is good, and we're confident we'll get to the final. And what a way to kind of kickstart his career at Manchester United. He's sitting fairly comfortable in top 4, in Champions League spot. Nobody wants to be in Europa, let's be honest. Everybody wants Champions League. A lot of things will happen for him, which is he'll have more funds if he's in Champions League. More players would want to come and play for him. On top of that, he does get a bonus if he makes it into Champions League, but I'm sure he's not motivated by that, but I'm sure he'll be motivated with competing at the highest level. And also, I love his press conference where he said, the players' mentalities have to change. If you want to win trophies, you have to have a serious mentality. One thing, though, it's how quickly does he adapt? How quickly will he adapt through? It's halfway through the season. We've seen his stubbornness. I kind of wonder, the main thing is he going to adapt this throughout the season? People are saying a mixed bit of thing. He doesn't have the squad. He doesn't have the bench. But then a lot of people are saying, well, he has players on the bench. Just throw them on the field. Just throw them. Yeah. But I guess that's not how it works, does it, Juan?
No, it's not FIFA. It's not FIFA. You cannot play like that. But I wanted to react also on what you guys about the question, how you see United in 3 years.
Please, yeah.
You have to look internally. So basically, who will be the new owners? What kind of funds will be available? How will the recruitment be set up? Will the recruitment be efficient as Ten Hag wants? That they are swift also. Because nowadays you see like all the other Premier League clubs, we talked about a couple of cases already. They're not even playing a couple of games and they're swooped. So the scouting has become, even more important. You have to really, really be fast as well because you're competing with other teams. So all these kind of things internally has to be right for Ten Hag to do his thing on the pitch. That's one. Second of all, if you look at the other teams, the thing with Arsenal, which is scary, honestly, they have a very young team. So, it's already a good team, but it's young. So they don't need to do a lot of changes. Newcastle is coming. They have the Saudis backing them. They're coming. They're already showing their potential, but I think they will become a threat as the years progress. And of course, City, as Sahbi said, City is City, basically. So they have everything already set up. They're already, like every year competing, basically. And well, Liverpool financially, maybe it's not the same, but Liverpool, you don't know how things will be. And Spurs, I'm not going to talk about Spurs. We all know how Spurs go.
Well, yeah, thank you very much for all of your points and all of the answers that you have given and answering the questions as well. Myself and my viewers very much appreciate you guys. We have taken up a lot of your time already on this short notice, so I want to thank you guys with all my heart for coming out. You are our extended family. We will of course be keeping in touch. Hopefully we get to a final and win it, and if we do, I'm sure I'll be able to bring you guys back to celebrate it with us as well. Just lastly, is there any talent in Ajax that we could nick in the summer?
Actually, no one is at the quality right now or has shown quality to be United proof next season. Honestly.
You dried us up, Faz. You dried us up. We got nothing. We got nothing for you.
Nothing available. Nothing available.
Not in the coming years, indeed. There's some great talent, as Juan said, generations coming, but they still need to grow a bit, like a flower.
Hot take at the end. Hot take.
I will.
Van der Sar is under a lot of criticism at Ajax right now. A lot of criticism of Van der Sar. So who knows? Would you be surprised, Sahbi, if he turns out joining Ten Hag at United?
No, I would not be surprised. Not at all.
Who's this? Sorry, who's this player?
Van der Sar.
No, not Plov. Van der Sar. Van der Sar.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
Our CEO can be.
Yeah, I've heard Van der Sar might be looking to come or make a move if new ownership comes in. Because obviously him and Ten Hag have a brilliant working relationship, and if a new ownership comes in, and if Ten Hag is given the opportunity to express his requirements, I would not be surprised if he tells the new owners, before you get me any Mbappe, Bellingham, all of this stuff, get me Van der Sar in my this organization, and then we can talk about everything else later. I won't be surprised.
And that's how it should go, top down. First the top and then moving down. And us at Ajax is the opposite at this moment. We got Schreuder, but we got no technical director. We got no director within the supervisory board who has that footballing knowledge. That it's a mess at our side. So with Ten Hag on your side, I think you can manage very, very well.
Well, thank you both of you. I'll let you guys go. Please have a good rest of your evening. Good luck to you guys into the league as well. I hope your next game you guys can get a win. If I'm not mistaken, who are you playing next into the league?
Thursday, Volendam. Should be possible.
Oh,
at home. Okay, so should be must win.
Yeah, maybe our first win since October. So who knows?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
Well, if you do win that game, you go straight into conversation of third or second, right? Well, you'll be in the similar position. Well, it depends on what they get as well.
What the others will do in the
yeah.
We have like the coming 6-7 fixtures are doable, because they're not the toughest team opponents, but our last 5 games of the season are the toughest ones. So we cannot afford any mistakes at this point. Honestly, we have to start winning and making a run. Yeah.
I mean, PSV, your rivals, PSV, are not doing amazing themselves. They're not like they're top of the league and they're taking it, because last season they were competing and Ten Hag was terrorizing them. But right now, they're not conversation of winning as well. So it's still all to play for.
Absolutely, but with PSV, the thing is, you have like a kind of an excuse. They have a new coach, Van Nistelrooy, first season. They sold their best player, Gakpo, and now they're selling their second option behind Gakpo, Madueke, to Chelsea. So for them, it makes much more sense to have an excuse than we do, honestly. But yeah.
We'll see. Well, thank you both of you for joining. Take care. Make sure I'll let you guys go out the stream to enjoy your evening as well. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Sabi. Thank you to both of them. Make sure to go and click the blue link that is in the title. It will take you just 1 or 2 seconds to click that link, hit subscribe, hit like, and you will be able to go and see their channel. They have done amazing things on their channel, and please do go and show them love. But what a nice conversation that was to have them on the stream on such short notice. I can't even get the words up. Such short notice. They came through, and you know what? It's nice that I gained this sort of information, because now I can tell some Man United fans to hold it when they're complaining about youth players, when they're complaining about this and that and all of the other malarkey. Man, it's good. It's good to listen to people who have had the same manager before and what they're feeling. It's like us, right? Now we can tell Roma fans what we felt about Mourinho. We can tell Dutch fans what we felt about Van Gaal. We've been through it. You know, that's how this thing works. When you've had a manager, you've been through the mud with them, right? And yeah, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, Ten Hag is here, and we must back him. We must back him. Big up to Nathaniel, who is the latest member of Planet Faz. Thank you very much, Nathaniel, for joining. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Welcome to Planet Faz. Hope you enjoy your stay. Please do make sure to drop me a DM on Twitter, and I will add you to the members only group chat, and you'll be able to join the streams as well. I will be dropping the link now for the members to join in. There you go, members. The link is now in the members only chat. So the members only group chat, the link is there. Feel free to join. And let me know what you thought of the stream. Let me know what you gained. Let me know what you didn't gain from the stream as well. And yeah, I agree. Hopefully this does shut people up about Antony. In all honesty, he just needs time, and they need to chill. Woodward as well. Big up to Ed Woodward, who has been a member of Planet Faz for 5 months. Big up to you. 5 long, hard months. No pause, straight play. And he says a linker play, haha, joga bonito, in terms of, I think he's saying that in relation to Antony and his linker play, or Vout and his linker play. But yeah, Antony joga bonito will for real come through for us, I'm sure. I have a lot of stock in that kid and a lot of belief in that kid, in all honesty. And I think in due time, he will come through. Mike says, how you doing? I'm doing okay, thank you very much. I hope you are okay as well. Nostalgic Neil says, ETH will change United. He needs to get backed, hopefully, by the new owners. Right now we can't really complain. Great collab, thank you very much. Yeah, first win since October. It's not really the right situation for Ajax at the moment. They're not cooking like they're supposed to be. Anyways, what's the haircut saying? Got a fresh trim. What's the trim saying? Is the trim trimming? Is the trim trimming? Palestri and Garnacho next game is crucial, says Lucky Singh. Lucky Singh is not happy. He wants to riot. I'm seeing Lucky Singh saying he wants to riot. New youth of Ajax will come through in the next 2-3 years. I hope so. It's good. You wanna keep an eye on that Ajax academy, what they got cooking. Ten Hag would know. Thoughts on Frimpong, Faz, please. what can I say on Frimpong? Jamie Frimpong. Jamie Frimpong. I'm not seeing a lot of him in terms of how I should be scouting him. I haven't. I can't lie. Maybe I need to go watch him a little bit more. But I've heard good things in terms of his defensive abilities. Logan, I'm sure Logan mentioned it a couple streams ago. I'm sure Logan mentioned it. Wingback kind of player, fullback, wingback type of player on the right hand side. Option for Manchester United. Could it be possible? I don't know. How much does it cost? What's his current value? What is it? 40 million, 30 million, something like that, pounds. He's young, 22 years old. Leverkusen. Plays the left hand side as well. Right hand side and left hand side. Was under Man City's academy, but Man City obviously let him go, and then he went from Celtic to Leverkusen. It'd be an interesting one. I haven't seen a lot of him. Maybe I need to go see him some more, but we haven't really been heavily linked with him. Big up to Ed Woodward, who has joined. Let me add Ed Woodward. Ed Woodward, how you doing, man?
Baz, what's going on, bro?
I'm good indeed. I'm a bit in pain from the Arsenal game, but it's okay. We live and learn.
Trust me, bro. I feel you on that one. Just watching the last minute goal. So much pain.
Yeah. And that Saka's goal, man. That Saka's goal was a worldie.
Oh yeah.
Saka's goal was worldy, man. It was the one that hurt me quite a bit, in all honesty.
I'll tell you what, if there's any player I'll take from them, it would be him. And that's it. I'm gonna just leave that one there.
If you were to take one player.
Yeah, if I were to take one player, it'd be Saka, and that's it.
Saka has done amazingly so far this season. I didn't think he would do this good. I really didn't think he would be this caliber of player. But Saka and Rashford are carrying in terms of the flag for England star boys.
Definitely.
I don't know how England cannot play a game without Saka and Rashford starting. I don't understand. Rashford has been better than Foden this season, if you ask me as well, so far. So
he has, for sure.
Yeah.
Foden kind of trailed off after he had his little hat trick, but
yeah. But it's always, not always, but it's just been two back-to-back worldy goals. Olise and then Saka.
Yeah, at least that goal, bro, for Crystal Palace, that was the only way that they were going to come through.
Yeah, exactly. You don't score those every day. Those goals don't happen every day. And it just seemed to happen on the day that we needed to grab 3 points. Lucky Singh says, warning, Avram and Joel do a full sale or we stop games for full riot. Lucky Singh is very, very angry today. He is very, very angry. He's going at it in the comment section saying he wants a full sale ASAP. Everybody all the current ownership must leave. He's had enough. He has totally had enough. Rashford,
don't worry, Lucky.
goal was amazing balls too. Rashford's goal was out of this world as well. Rashford sent Ramsdale, sent Partey as well
to the shop.
I think looking back at Saka's goal, Eriksen could have done better. For me, anyways, when Luke Shaw backed off from Saka, Eriksen closed in on Saka, but then he didn't take him out. Why didn't Eriksen collect a yellow card? I don't understand. Take the player out.
Yeah, we're already beyond the point of 5 yellows, so Eriksen might as well just clear out. Hey, Logan, big up.
He just let him go. He just let him go past him. But Eriksen isn't really defensively all that. He should have taken him out. That's just the most simplest way to put it. Logan asks, big up Logan. I think that's my profile picture from Instagram.
It is.
Faz and Woodward, what would you think Erik Ten Hag will accomplish at Manchester United? Well, a lot of things if he firstly stays and he gets backed. I think this season we should be able to win a trophy, right? We should be able
I
to win a
agree.
trophy this season, being in a cup final soon, hopefully. I think success in Europa is something that will be interesting to see how he does in Europa this season. I don't know how he will do in Europa this season. But it would be interesting to see if he can go far, considering the Barcelona game, right? And we might end up facing Arsenal in the FA Cup, or we might face Arsenal
In
in
Europa League.
Europa as well. Yeah, in Europa as well. So we could still get revenge on them. Let's be honest. Cup run, revenge, FA Cup final, Manchester United versus Arsenal. Run it back.
Wembley, light revenge.
Wembley. Yeah, you could, but anything is possible. Very handsome guy in my profile picture. Thank you very much, Logan. Who is this guy, man? Erik Ten Hag says, forget 100 mil for Kane. I'd rather have Benzema on a free or
Yes.
Oshimen.
I was saying this early, maybe like October, but everyone was laughing at it because Benzi had just gotten his Ballon d'Or and they were thinking it's not an option, but Benzi could be an option. You never know.
Benzema still hasn't renewed his contract, has he? With
No, he hasn't.
Yeah. Lucky says, just want to win the next match. Well, we have 2 legs to play before we get to the final, Lucky saying. So we will have to see it out. Nottingham Forest have been good in terms of cup games so far this season. They are not just a pushover when it comes to cup games, especially these lower table teams. They're always somewhat good in cup games, and they turn up in cup games. Also, Nottingham Forest did do the job over Liverpool this season. They did get a slapping though from Blackpool in the FA Cup, right? But in the Carabao Cup, they so far beat Blackburn. They also beat Tottenham in the Carabao Cup. Let's not forget, they beat Tottenham, and they had a red card as well in that game, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah, they had a red card in that game, which was a little later on into the game, 70 odd minute, but still they managed to see the game out, man. They scored 2 goals, Lingard being one of them, our boy Linney, who scored against Tottenham. So they're not a pushover. They are not a pushover by any means at all. They've done well so far. They've beaten Huddersfield, not Sheffield United twice. So yeah, good on them. I think they could do well in the cup run, just not against us. Big up to Dan, big up to Mello, Ronald, as well. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if you guys watched much of the conversation that I had with the We Talk Ajax people, but it was educational as always. Mello, I'll start with you. How are you feeling going into the Nottingham Forest game?
I'm good. I'm feeling good. The players have a point to prove. That's back to back kind of negative results. So the players they know they have to come out, and that's a must win game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. Man.
Dan, what about you? How are you feeling?
Well, I've been pissed off since yesterday, but you know this already, innit? But yeah, I'm cool. I just missed the bit where with the Dutch fellas, where what did they say about Antony and stuff like that? What did they say about
Well,
them?
in general, what they had to say is wait and see it through. He needs attacking fullbacks to support him. His working relationship with Mazraoui was fantastic in that season that he had in Ajax. They were a formidable force when they played together. And with that being said, his right foot is non-existent. You are not going to get a right foot. That's as simple as that. His left foot is of gold. You will see more. And him and linking up with his striker, this is a relationship that he has to build over time, and this will come through. But he's still young. He's still adjusting to the league, and at times he overdoes things. that he doesn't need to. He just needs to run with the ball. Just run. You have pace. Just run. Don't be fearful. And that's pretty much it. Just wait and see. That's what he said. That's what they said. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
About who you got Nottingham Forest next.
Mhm.
We need to be wary of them, but we need to put them away. Do you understand? When we get our chance,
Absolutely.
we can't just mess around and all this kind of. No, we need to put it away. I don't care what player it is, or just get the job done. Do you understand? Because they can be a dangerous team when a team as low as that is facing the team that's big. They're gonna go there to impress. Whether it be the players, the manager, they want to impress. They want to make an impact. So we can't let them make an impact. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. But yeah,
Well,
we must.
financially, it would mean masses to them on a first season in the Premier League if they could go far in cup game. It would mean a lot. It would mean a lot.
I think they just got their brand deal. Remember they had no logo on their shirt.
Yeah, like when let's be frank, a team like that is not gonna. It doesn't always get to the semi-finals or whatever of any cup or whatever. So this is their chance to show other people, yeah, we mean business. Do you understand? So that's it. But yeah, man.
Sorry, lads, but I'm gonna stick my chest out. We already slapped them up once. I'm expecting another slapping. No holds barred.
I
Okay,
agree.
Ronald, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I don't
Going
think
into
I
the
have
Forest game?
doubted. Yeah. I don't think I doubt Erik Ten Hag in any possible way, even with his selections. However, questions need to be asked. They were asked. Some of them got answered. Some of them, in my opinion, are not answered, right? However, I do believe in Erik Ten Hag because there's one thing that I can't lie about, which is Man City, he changed the game all over. We didn't expect. I did have my chest, but I did not expect to be winning that game. And the way we handled Erling Haaland, I don't think that's normal because now we have kind of given, a code. You have that cheat code. We have given that cheat code to the whole of Premier League. Shut Erling Haaland down, you might shut 50% of their attack.
Well, it was Kevin De Bruyne shut Kevin De Bruyne down, but
you have to shut
only
both
goal
of them.
The
You have to
only
shut
goal
both
that
of
we
them.
scored.
Technically, Rodri. I mean, we had to shut him down.
Well, man mark everyone. Basically, man
everybody.
mark everyone.
Yeah,
So
do your
I am
job.
confident. Faz. However, I don't know, bro. Like for me, I think we have a good squad. A good squad. Because I believe in these players. I have seen them play. Maybe not under Erik Ten Hag, but even under Ole. These are 40 million pound wingers that we bought. 40. Some of them are like light 20. They have to be good. We have to get, our money's worth. I'm not saying put them in every game, but at least try them in, little smaller games where we can see. It's just that, simple effect of the whole team needs to be flowing. Lewis came in, the Man City team, out of nowhere. That little boy was a youth player last season. And now
Well,
he's
if the
playing
manager
among men.
doesn't feel if the manager doesn't feel like he wants to bring in a youth player, he's just not going to do it. You just saw in what we talk Ajax people said he didn't even bring on Martinez for half a season, and he brought him in. And Martinez wasn't a youth player when he brought him in, and he didn't even play him for half a season. And people were just astounded, that why this guy is not bringing on a player that he's bought who is so good to play.
Yeah,
But that's
so,
just
see,
how
that's the
Ten
whole
Hag is.
thing.
He's stubborn in terms of in game, but he's stubborn with his youth as well.
Yeah, that's my point. That I am, kind of looking at that with eyes full of doubt. However, I do believe in him because I know for a fact that Arteta, in his first 2 seasons with this invincible or title running team, Arsenal, that is today, they were 8th in the league 2 consecutive seasons. They were 8th. And when I look at my team's growth in the last 6 months, along with the whole shenanigans, the drama, whatnot, Ronaldo, this, that, and the other, he had a lot on his plate in the first 6 months that he's overcome. So I believe in him. So I fully believe in Erik Ten Hag. Respect 75, 80%, he's there.
We'll see in terms of squad what he uses for the Nottingham Forest game. I can't even make out. We've tried time and time again to think he's going to use youth players for a cup game, but he doesn't. He doesn't. He still decides to go and use his main players that he wants. And I'm guessing that's what he's going to do as well. But it's not all doom and gloom, like I say. People still forget it is not that Arsenal have won the league. There is still a lot to play for, long way to go. They have to play so many big teams already. They have to play in Europa. They have to play. So much could happen in the season. Arsenal have not won the league just yet. Fans are going to be fans. It is what it is. And we'll see it out. We'll see it out. But it was nice to get, when we hit our checkpoint and a roadblock, to think, what is Ten Hag thinking? It is nice to get some Ajax fans' perspective, because like you saw, Sahbi said at the start of the stream, it feels like deja vu. They've been through this many a times. My own main thing is, when will he start adapting his in-game management? That's the most important thing, especially in the Premier League, because you try and do that at Newcastle ground, right? You try and do that there, they might punish us. You try and do that against many of the teams, like Liverpool, for example. You try and do that at Anfield, they might punish us. And they're not even a good side this season at all. But it could happen. Liam says, have you seen Arsenal's April? They have games coming as well, thick and fast. They're going to feel the pressure eventually.
Don't they play like City like every other game or something like that?
That's correct. They do. They play City every other game, which is very, very interesting. Let me just go through the comments. Hold on. Let me just go through the comments. Bednar says, I agree that we have a good squad, but ETH has to perform now, so he has no time for trying something new. I would love a bit of context, because I want to know where you're coming from. You feel like we have a good squad. What is your definition of a good squad? Because in my opinion, we do not have a good squad. We have a okay squad. Okay, that's it. Really, we don't. Our squad isn't as good as you're making it out. And in terms of him trying something new, he has to try things, whether it's new or old. I mean, there's nothing. How do you know it's something new? He's only been here 6 months. You've not seen everything that he can do. So whatever he does might seem new. He has to keep trying what he's done in Ajax, and what is in his book of coaching tactics, and try and see what he can do. It's like Malacia when he was playing CDM. Now he's got Bissaka doing craziness. One Bissaka hasn't developed until this season. Dallo developed on loan, says 10 out of 10 Hag. Spilling Media, big up, says ETH has a FU mentality. When he was a coach of Ajax, before that, he was a softie. So hoping, he's shown us that FU mentality with City. He went toe-to-toe with Arsenal. So yeah, James Bond says, Faz, you clap them cheeks with Vaseline. Well, man, we didn't get clapped, and neither did you. It was a very square fight. Everybody, both sides had equal amount of opportunities to put the game to bed. But at the end, you guys came through on the 90th minute with a somewhat lucky goal, but you make your own luck. So kudos to you. You peppered us at the second half. You went all out, and you scored 2 goals in the second half. And it is what it is, right? You guys saw it through. We wanted to play for a point, and that's what it cost us. Think if we put just a little bit more pressure on you guys, we could have taken 2 points from you, and that would have been absolutely amazing. You guys would have been wounded if it was a draw. I know that for a fact. You guys would have been wounded. James was Faz, I'm gonna need that cigar you saved for Arsenal. Well, unfortunately, that cigar is now saved for Barcelona. The Barcelona first leg and the second leg. I'm gonna use them for there. City play Arsenal this week, so let's see what happens. FA Cup, a big one as well. We've got to be in the FA Cup as well, so it'd be nice to get. In all honesty, I wouldn't mind Arsenal in the FA Cup.
I
What
want
is
him,
it?
bro.
Is it semi-final? If the next round after City, is it semis
Yeah,
or quarter? I think it's
I think
semi.
it's
No,
semi.
I wouldn't mind
They double
Arsenal in the
check.
semi-final and knock them out. Knock them the fuck out, man. But let's keep quiet this time because they did beat us. It's 1-1 so far. But yeah, hope that's a draw. Then they can get a replay. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. Hopefully Arsenal dump out City in FA Cup. Don't see it happening though. Players listen to instructions in both halves of the game, says Lucky Singh. Erik Ten Hag says all our nines of the last 10 years only managed one good season. RVP, Ibrahimovic, Martial, Lukaku, Chicharito, Ronaldo, all nines since 2011. Who only had one good season? Coincidence? Interesting. Arsenal can't win another FA Cup. They have more than us already. That's what I'm saying. I would love to play Arsenal in the FA Cup and slap them. James says, give me that cigar. That cigar, do you know how much that cigar cost? You want me to give you a cigar for free? Get out of here. Season is not over yet as well. City are miles better than Arsenal, man. Be real. City are miles better than Arsenal.
Maybe streets, but not miles.
Man, I wouldn't say miles. No, I think that's a bit of a stretch at the moment. Anyways, the way it stands at the moment, it's not looking good. Cigar
Speaking
gonna
of not
turn to
looking
dry
good, bro.
leaf at this rate. Well, we've got Barca, and cigar is better with age. It tastes better with age. Barca's only around the corner. We'll see. And boy, if Barcelona do the damage over us, god damn it, man. Only time will tell. Bernard says, if you want to use a player that has never played with the first squad, it will take some else to incorporate him into the team. Well, it'll take some time. 10 out of 10 says, at 60 minutes, I would have brought on Malacia. I agree. For Ericsson, I would have switched Shaw to centre back and Martinez to CDM. Fred for McTominay alongside Martinez and Garnacho for Antony. I would have possibly put in Elanga for Vout as well. Just we're not crossing the ball. So what's the point of Vout being in there? I know. We weren't crossing the ball, so I would have put Vout for Elanga, maybe, but that's a stretch. But I would have, when you're going for it, you go for it. You're gonna lose, you lose fighting. But the manager wanted to do something else, and he'll learn. Ramos says, I'd rather slap Arsenal in Europa final. They have no European trophies. Oh my God. If we slap Arsenal in a final, that would hurt them so much, especially in Europe. Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. Oh my God. Can you imagine me singing that in Budapest? That would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Brooke says, Faz, did you smoke? Did you finish that cigar? No, I haven't. I didn't. I can't. I can't. Welcome Akshay to the stream as well. I'll just quickly come to you before I start wrapping up the things. Everybody's deciding to join a bit late. When I drop the link, you guys need to join straight away, because if you're joining later, you're only gonna get less minutes into the stream. So you need to join the stream straight after I have dropped the link.
Hey, I just came home. Innit?
Excuses.
I need to get my steps in fast,
You just came home. You're late to training. You're late to the meeting. You have to do 10K, like Ten Hag would make you do 10K running. I'll start with you today. How are you feeling after yesterday? I know you dropped me a message in Instagram. I did see it. You said, go into hiding. My phone was going. My phone has been going crazy. I had to put it on Do Not Disturb when I was in United stand. I put it on Do Not Disturb. By the time I went on my phone, I had about 20, 30 missed calls, in all honesty, 20, 30 missed calls. But actually, how are you feeling after yesterday?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit low, because I personally wanted our team to beat them. But, I sat down and then after the match, I sat down and I thought, we played without like proper number nine. Wout has just joined the team. And then again, we played without our number six, which is Casimiro. Still, we gave them a very good game. They scored a goal at very end, like 90 plus odd minutes. So it's not like we were not in the game. It's obviously it's their home. They're gonna dominate us. This is the Premier League. This is the toughest league in the world. Even you go Crystal Palace or somewhere else, you have to be very 95th minute as well. Otherwise, they can score the goal just like they did it last time. So I'm a little bit pissed off with the result, but overall, I'm happy with the process, and I am happy with the way. Not happy with the way we have played, but where we lack. We lack number 9 on the right hand side. Antony is not doing too much. Christian Eriksen after 60 minutes cannot even run. So there are lots of issues, but I am very much hopeful that it will only be better and better going forward. So yeah, I'm a little bit, pissed off, but hopefully, we will have another day to smoke the cigar. You know what I mean?
Sorry
Let me go
to
to the chat
interject.
quickly.
Real
Go
quick,
on.
Faz. This Tottenham game is dead. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. I'm not even bothering. I don't watch ham sandwich chicken Dixie chicken football. He should be suspended for attending late. Hassan should be suspended. Let's see.
Chill out, man. Chill out. Man's got things to
Ref
do.
was
You know what I
paid.
mean? Chill out.
Ref was paid. Says 10 out of 10 Hag. Logan says, Fast, what motivated you to run 10K every day? I used to run a lot. I don't know how I used to run 10K, but I used to run 10K easy. Sometimes
Yo,
I used
you
to do
run 10K
5Ks.
every day. I do 10K steps every day. So
Yeah, I used to do 10K.
that's why I
Yeah,
was late
10K
in
every
it.
day.
There you go.
Near my house, there's a road where it just goes straight, like there's no left and right. I don't like when I run, I don't like running left and right. I just run straight. Same with football. I don't like changing directions. If I'm running straight to goal. Forget everything else. So I just go 5K that way, 5K back. That's it. Simple. 10K, bish bash bosh, get gone. But my 10K time was very bad. It's not like a good time, but I just did it for fitness, in all honesty. And the other reason is I obviously consume so much content. It's a great way to consume content whilst getting something positive and productive done. So that's why I used to do 10K every day. But I need to get back on it. After starting YouTube, I haven't been doing it as much because you simply don't get time. But I need to start doing it, in all honesty. Defeats change nothing. Arsenal never our equals. Wait till Erik gets some time and backing as Pep, like the Gooners, will be in the rear view mirrors. They should be in our rear view mirrors eventually, to be honest. All I'm saying, we might be too prematurely pushing for top 4 instead of working on team development. I don't think so. I don't think we are. How? Because if that's the case, why is Chelsea where they are? If that's the case, why is Liverpool where they are? If that's the case, why is Tottenham struggling? If that's the case, how come Newcastle went from double digit in the league to now single digit in the league? In your top 4, Newcastle were double digit in the league for numerous seasons. All of a sudden now, Newcastle are now competing for top 4, which is weird. But I do predict a Newcastle drop-off. I don't know why. I can see it coming for some reason. Next game, I need my players to win ball back in 2 halves. Okay. You are definitely annoyed today. I can feel it. Hope it goes 3-3. I got both Mitro and Kane in fantasy agenda. Yeah. Hassan, how are you feeling after yesterday?
Yesterday, like Akshay said, I was a bit depressed, and I got a bit concerned because our second half performance for the last two games was not good. So I was concerned about that. Eriksen was tired because he was doing two jobs at one go, and I was starting to doubt Erik Ten Hag's substitution plans. Like all this, like these guys you brought on today in the live, they were saying when Erik Ten Hag was coming to Manchester United, they're saying he's very stubborn about his substitution,
Yep.
and we're starting to see that. I don't know
Yep.
if he doesn't trust his bench. I don't know. He needs more squad depth, but he is stubborn with his substitution. He will stick to his plans. Now, I was thinking yesterday, like, okay, around 55 to 60th minute, he will wait for all the players to get tired, then he will bring on Fred and Garnacho for the pace, but he didn't do that. Now, he was saying in the interview that he was relying on press. That's why Weghorst came in late and he was pressing. But going forward, I'm not bothered. I'm pretty sure that we'll bounce back. But I am concerned about our second half performance because two games in a row, second half performance was not good. So I'm just keeping an eye on that.
I was very upset with the substitutions during a game. You know, you do get upset. You feel like why isn't the manager?
And after Henry's post, Arsenal was very lucky to get a win. They were very, very lucky to get a win. It was draw all over the place. But Henry's post was just it encapsulate what we're doing at the moment. But Erik Ten Hag is doing his job. But Arsenal, at the end of the day, they can boost all over the one, whatever they want. But they were very lucky to get that win at the end of the day. So because we didn't play our best game in the second half, we were nowhere. So yeah.
I agree, but it's okay.
But the thing is that we have to kind of look at it from a perspective that it's just back-to-back games, and that is why we are feeling the way we are feeling. Because you put 5
That's also
wins
true.
between Palace and the Arsenal game, you wouldn't care. You wouldn't
That
even
is also
remember
true.
the Palace game. It's just how things fall into a certain algorithm, because Palace we drew and we lost Casemiro. Arsenal we lost and we lost the bragging rights.
Yeah. I mean, the Palace
We did
second half
not even
performance,
lose.
I would.
We did not even lose the
Yeah.
bragging rights, because essentially, if you look at both the games, we are still winning. So Arteta did not school us. We still did better than them. They came at our ground and did a 3-1. We went to their ground and did a 3-2. So we did more. And Thierry Henry, the great Thierry
If you look at
Henry,
it
himself said that Erik Ten Hag's team looks much better with a 6 months process, because you're playing a team that has played twice in just 7 days compared to a team that has had a 7-day rest.
That's a good point.
It's
That
just
they
the
were
feeling
rested
that
for
we
the whole
have
week.
right
Yeah,
now.
they were completely rested for the whole week, and they helped. Yeah.
I think we're making too many excuses.
One thing
man.
I'm concerned, like the Palace second half, I was not concerned about that.
It's okay to admit that Arsenal are better, bro.
Bro, no, it's not excuses. We went from losing to Brentford and Brighton to now losing at Arsenal and getting pissed about it.
But
Do you see the trajectory of that?
Arsenal did put pressure on us. Yeah, it's true, but we could have still held that game out. I really do believe we could have seen that game through, and we didn't.
There was no way because they were like attack after attack after attack. Like we couldn't string 4 passes together to get out of our half. We
couldn't get out of our half. Yeah,
we simply dropped back. That was the problem that I had. The fact that we dropped so deep, it was just like, wait, hold on. Do you understand? It's like we invited the pressure rather than putting it on us. Do you understand?
Well,
and there's one feedback that I have.
In aggregate, it is 5-4 to us. So Arsenal fans, I am shameless. I am a hoe, as you guys know.
What Ronald said. That's what Ronald said.
It's 5-4, baby. Hold it. We scored
And
more
also,
goals in
Faz,
your home than you scored in ours.
and also, Faz, there's one thing that I want our fans to fucking stop is putting pressure on De Gea. Because distribution this, distribution that. Yesterday he made a
Nah,
silly
he was
mistake.
fucking up.
Instead
Though. I
of
don't know.
catching the ball, he tried to punch it to Bruno so we could start an attack quick.
That's
A
But
retarded.
that
counter-attack.
was terrible, though. That was terrible. He should have
That's
just catched the ball.
retarded.
That
Just
was
catch the
terrible.
ball.
Bro, the thing is that before this season or any other seasons before this, De Gea is catching that. He's not taking
I
that
doubt it.
He's
He's
not
had
even taking
history
that.
of
David was
doing this.
playing nervous
He's
yesterday.
had
He
he
was
was
so
nervous.
nervous in the second half.
He was nervous.
David
And
was really nervous. That was bothering me as well. He was
yeah, that
really
bothered
nervous.
me too. It was
He
very
was nervy
easy.
and
You're
shaky and
you're
everything.
getting attacked for 20 minutes. Are you not going to get nervous?
Yeah, yeah.
You're bound to get
Bro,
nervous.
bro, 19
But
out of 20 goalies in the Prem catch that.
yes,
Like there's
not even
it's
90, all of them.
it's all his
Yes,
defenders
but then
around
that's
him,
what I'm
not a
saying.
single Arsenal player
De
close to him.
Gea, in his
That's
most
a catch all
recent
day. Have a
interview,
little composure. Like
yes,
he's been playing for United
listen,
for how many years? Come on, you
listen
gotta
to
have
me,
composure to be able to
bro.
catch that
Listen
and
to
give the
me.
team a rest.
Listen to me. I'm saying that De Gea, in his last interview, said that people generally do talk. So he's listening to you guys, right? He knows what you're talking about. He knows most of the fan base want him replaced. He knows that.
Mm.
And that is
Right.
the reason why he wants a lesser fee because he doesn't want to leave, right? But I personally feel that that's the kind of pressure that is coming down to him because he's making silly mistakes. Even the goal the other day that went in, that was on on the left side of his hand, it went in between his legs. He doesn't make that mistake. He's
Okay,
overdoing it.
hold on. Let me. I you know, it is time that I do speak to Arsenal fans. So I have invited a bunch of them. So members, with the utmost respect, I must remove you guys because this one I have to take it. I have to take it. I told them that they will come back, and they will come back. We will start off with all the Arsenal fans that come through. Whoever comes through, I've sent the link to a few of them. Let me see who else is there left. Let me see. Hold on. There we go. Right. Dom, I did tell you I will have you back. It is a day late. So I apologize for the delay. But I did promise you to have you back, and you are back. I even removed my members, but this is your time, man. Hopefully there'll be some more Arsenal fans that join. I don't know where they are. The Arsenal fans normally tend to disappear for some reason. They're very hard to find. They're either trying to reprint the Arteta out t-shirts into Arteta in. I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're trying to do something. But yeah, listen, talk to me, man. You're here. This is your time.
Hey, what did I say to you guys? What did I say? Wing play was the most important thing for Arsenal. And guess where all our 3 goals came from? The wing play.
Yep.
The wing play. I hate to be that guy, but I did tell you guys so. Listen, and people using this Thierry Henry quotes, it's not real. I don't know where people got these quotes from. And people already saying Ten Hag 6 months was better than Arteta's. That's a lie, because Arteta's 6 months, he won a trophy. The FA Cup. So I don't like the fact that people are saying Ten Hag's 6 months has been better than Arteta, because Arteta literally defeated City, FA Cup semi-final, outplayed, well, not outplayed, but out-tactically out-coach Pep Guardiola, who people claim he's the best manager or greatest manager whatsoever, and played Chelsea. Everyone expected us to lose that game, and he won it. So I don't get this notion that Ten Hag's done better than Arteta within 6 months. Let's be real. at the end of the day, what counts is the trophies, right?
True, very true.
When Ten Hag wins it, then chat to me. But as of right now, not trying to hear that, uncomfortable convos, like. But I'll be so
Of
real.
course, Man United fans will have a bias, but it is true. This guy Hamza, welcome. You even took time to put Arsenal as your profile picture. Wow. Because Dom, you obviously don't know Hamza, but Hamza is a close friend of mine. Oh wow, I can hear you very clear. Last season, I couldn't hear you very clear, and I have the clip.
You keep on glitching for me. Like I can't hear you properly.
I can hear you loud and clear. Go and check your connection, man. I remember Akshay remembers as well. Last season, your connection wasn't that good. I have the famous clip, but I can hear you loud and clear, Hamza.
1 second, let me try to sort this out.
Check your connection. Yeah. James Bond says Ben White had one off game. Sure,
that's true.
Luke Shaw has had off games, but Luke Shaw was terrible yesterday. But Luke Shaw's been very good in other games for us this season. Wan-Bissaka, on the other hand, was astonishingly well last night, but then he was also had a very poor situation where he gave away, well, not gave away, but in essence, he was sleeping. But then again, he also is to blame for when David De Gea passed him the ball and he couldn't deal with it. He couldn't deal with the ball. What can you do? It's discredit to him, but it's also credit to Arsenal's press. They pressed very well. They pressed on the exact time and they got the ball back. Go on.
Can I be honest? I don't think we were that great. We weren't that good. The first
don't do that. No. I know what you're doing.
No, bro, listen, bro.
You're trying to say that we were not that good, yet we still punched you. That's what you're trying to do.
Bro,
I know what you're trying to do, Dom.
Bro, listen, wait.
Bro, what is that noise I'm hearing? I can't hear you, like.
Man, get out of here, man. I can't hear you, man. Mute your mic. I can't hear you. Go put your headphones in.
Bro,
go on, Dom.
First half, you saw Thomas Partey had a bad game. The first half, the amount of possessions we kept on giving away, we weren't that good. Let's be honest. I'm an honest Arsenal fan. We weren't that good in the first half.
First half, no, you wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. And the second half, we were a bit shaky sometimes, but in the last 20 minutes, after Saka scored, we started gradually getting better. Then United then scored. Then we got better again. I just feel like everyone's saying, I feel like this is the most one-sided 3-2 I've ever watched in football, because the amount of praise United are getting, I don't understand it. I genuinely don't understand. My ears are bleeding. Like, Arteta out-coached Ten Hag yesterday. We saw it. He out-coached him. Let's keep it real. He out-coached him. Whether people like it or not, just like Ten Hag out-coached Arteta in the previous fixture, yesterday, Arteta did out-coach Ten Hag. I'll tell you why. Because one, Ten Hag thought the midfield was going to be a physical battle. That's the only reason why he played McTominay. He genuinely believed that McTominay will get physical. But like I said, it's not hard to see as an Arsenal fan. Anytime teams come there, try getting physical with us, we tend to use our wing play a lot more. And I feel like people don't understand that. And United, yeah, they weren't good. But this is the most one-sided 3-2 I've ever seen. All your goals that United scored, and maybe the ones Arsenal scored as well, they were all avoidable. Let's keep it real. The goals United scored were avoidable, just like the goals we scored were avoidable. That's why I'm saying we weren't that great. But I don't want to hear this United chat. Oh, yeah, Ten Hag 6 months in. If you watch the game, you only had 12 touches in our own box. That's the least.
Dom, what are you saying?
I'm good.
Well,
bros.
we didn't need that many touches. Hamza, can you hear me okay now?
How did you feel today, bro? I can't even hear you, by the way.
I don't understand how you can't hear me, because Dom can hear me very clearly. This is
Oh.
Arsenal fans for you.
Now, all 5 goals were avoidable. Let's be real. All 5 goals, the 3 from
Rashford's
Arsenal
goal
were
was not avoidable. Saka's
was.
goal was
It
not
was.
avoidable.
It
Worldly
was.
goals
I'll
you
tell
can't.
you why.
Martinez's in that case, every goal in every game is avoidable. Like I don't understand.
No, because if Partey didn't make that stupid decision to try cross it into Saka instead of calming everything down, then it would have been different. Do you get what I'm trying to say? It was a silly decision by Partey, and Rashford took advantage of it. He's coming Arsenal, but we'll save that for another day.
Rashford is coming Arsenal.
Hey, 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 RVP, reverse RVP, baby.
I need Dom to go and get a glass of milk, cause that is a howler. How dare you say Rashford? I never remove guests. This one, Dom, you cannot, Dom. You need some milk. You before you even see anything, get out of here. Rashford is going to Arsenal. How could you say that? Dom?
Listen, all
And
I'm
you
saying,
took the
all
L
I'm
yesterday, so take the L, firm the L.
Man, you get out of here, man. You know your connection ain't even working.
All I'm saying, if he wants to chill with the big boys, if he wants to bomb up, come to the carpet.
You don't even have European tie.
Come to the carpet. Come to the carpet. Reload RVP. Come to the carpet. You want to hang out with the big dogs? The big dogs. Doing all that celebration? Saka was like, not in my house, broski. Not to my watch. Not in my watch, bro. I'm running this agenda. Listen, I said about Bruno Fernandes. What did I tell you, man, about Bruno Fernandes? What did I say? Good goal scoring midfielder, but big game comes. Oh, Jesus. I'm running it, man. The guy's cut, bro. He's piss shit. Like, let's be real. Bruno Fernandes ain't all this. Yeah, he'll score goals. Yeah, nice. Big man. The big game comes. Let's see. Big games make great players, right?
Odegaard did show him up yesterday.
Hey!
Did show him up.
We're moving in silence. Like you saw my Instagram post. We're moving in silence. Let's all calm down. We're moving in silence. We're moving in silence. So United fans, you man just relaxed on the sidelines. We'll do your job for you. You should be competing with your rival. We'll do that for you. We'll do that for you, yeah? We'll do it for you. We'll do all that for you. United fans, everyone just stay chill, you know what I'm saying? Just calm down, relax, one game at a time. Don't worry, you don't need to stress about City doing a 3-peat. You don't need to do that because Arsenal is stepping in. You know, it's like, this is the best analogy I can give you. It's like United are little brethren, yeah? And their girl, as in Manchester, is being ran through by some gang. And Arsenal was like,
we were
what?
above you last season. You do remember, right?
No, you wasn't. No, you wasn't, bro. We were above you last season. You finished 6th, bro. You finished 6th. We finished 5th, bro. But anyways, enough of that Europa League chat.
We even though we finished 6th, our club still has better pull. Our club still is in more competition.
I'm yet to see it signing Workhouse, yeah? I'm yet to see it, bro. I'm yet to see it.
Listen,
I'm yet to see it.
We still, okay? Still, even though I don't understand how you can all of a sudden say you're a bigger club than Manchester United.
Now, I'm not saying we're a bigger club. I'm saying you man are little boys right now. Right now, as we speak, you ain't performing like a big club. Let's be real. The fact you're only signing one failed Burnley striker alone says to me there's still problems at United. It tells me all. The fact you chased Frankie de Jong for how many months and you still couldn't get him. I feel like
Modric, I can say the same, but okay.
No, bro, come on. We can't compete with Chelsea. They just splashing money everywhere. But guess what? We got a very good signing. And this is why I feel like United have failed in certain times. Like, because I feel like Ten Hag, good manager. I'll take nothing away from him. But I just feel like, see, when Arteta comes out of his interviews, right? During the January transfer window, do you know what he kept on saying? We need more signings to improve. We need this constantly. Every post game, he's saying it. Why can't Ten Hag do the same thing?
Listen, you're only just coming to this conversation of top four. Before then, you were eighth twice, and Ole Gunnar was smoking up the league, but it went all upside down for Ole Gunnar. So it is what it is. But during that time, you were nowhere to be seen. You were nowhere in Europe. People in Europe did not know your name. Now you're here. You are back in
That's why
Europe.
we signed Thomas Partey, right? People didn't know our name in Europe. That's
You are back in Europe. As it stands, as of today, you are doing bits, but you still are not a big club. I don't agree that you are a big club. Neither are we.
No.
Because we don't have the money. But I don't agree you're a big club. You
Fast.
couldn't get Modric over the line. You couldn't get João Felix, a small loan, over the line. So
Fast.
let's be honest.
Listen. The Modric deal, yeah? People keep criticizing Arsenal. Bro, do you know what Shakhtar wanted? They wanted a friendly in Ukraine. Bro, that's a flaky dealing, bro. It's such a flaky dealing. Let's be real.
Yeah,
it's
but
a flaky dealing.
It's why is that a flaky dealing? Club wanting a friendly,
bro. There's therefore a lot more, because at the end of the day, Shakhtar said we offered the same money as Chelsea, but Modric we offered Modric 40k a week. He was ready to take that. How much did Chelsea offer him? Bear in mind,
100 plus.
Yeah, bear in mind. Guess how much Saka's on? A lot
40,
less than that. Yeah, a lot less
30,
than that.
something like that.
Yeah, a lot less than that. And what did we do in the previous years? Try to control our wages, right? So imagine you're giving Modric 100 and something. Saka will be like, oh, you're giving him that much. Let's talk then. And Saka ain't even signed the contract extension yet. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So the money involved, it doesn't make sense to me. But I am upset about it. But regardless, that's why it's called having a plan B. And guess what we did? Within 24 hours, Trossard came in. Just like with Martinez for you guys. Rejected us. What happened? Zinchenko. It's always good to have a backup plan, but I feel like United don't have that backup plan. United don't have that backup plan, because at the end of the day, you're chasing after De Jong for how many months? You're chasing De Jong for like months.
Barcelona set it up. Barcelona set us up. Barcelona set us up.
Bro, nah.
Laporte set us up,
bro,
man.
Come on. If a player came out saying, I want to stay here, bro, move on to the next target. Because you're in football, you're not supposed, especially a big club like United, you're not supposed to be wasting time, bro. You're not supposed to be. You're the biggest club in England. We all know that. That's a fact. You're the biggest club in England. Not trophies, because Liverpool's got more than you, but everything else, you're way bigger than any other club. It don't even come close. Yeah, so act like a big club. Frankie De Jong don't want to come. All right, cool. You've got enough money for your scouting system. All right, cool. Next man, come in. If a player don't, bro, you're signing. Where? What? I can't even pronounce his name, bro. You're signing him.
This
2 league goals in the Prem. 2 league goals in the Prem for Burnley, bro. And you're signing him, bro. Come on. Questions need to be raised there. Maybe Ten Hag, maybe this whole Ten Hag thing is you're just papering over the cracks. It could be. Because I feel like there's a deeper issue at United here that people aren't failing to recognize, bro. You're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. We're not that. You're not that guy, bro. You can chase Casemiro all you want, yeah. At the end of the day, we didn't go for him because we don't need him. You know, there's levels to this. Listen, today I don't want peace. I want problems. Bring it. Anyone can get it. Free smoke for every man. 5 points clear. 11 points ahead of you, man. With a game in hand on top of that. Hold that. Hold it. Hold that.
5-4 aggregate.
Hold that.
5-4 aggregate. 5-4.
What's the league table saying?
Hopefully,
nobody cares about that, Fuzz.
No, it's not Champions League, bro.
Nobody cares about that, Fuzz.
It's not Champions League. It's not Champions League, bro.
No. We beat you with a bigger goal difference in our house.
Hold that, bro.
Then you beat us with a bigger goal difference.
It ain't
I would like to face you guys in Europa or FA Cup. That would be nice. That would be a good,
bro. You're not beating Barcelona, bro. You're not beating Barcelona. You're not beating Barca, bro. I told you this. Where's the cigar? Where's the cigar, bro?
We've got it.
I told you to light it up. Light it up, Faz. Light it
up. The cigar is there for Barcelona. I must save it for Barcelona. The two legs in Barca are serious. I have to keep it for there. Hamza, go on.
Do you know how hurt I was last time we lost? Bro.
I know you didn't answer your phone.
Yesterday I called you. Why'd you not answer?
I was recording, actually. I was in the studio.
Oh, blind, bro. I called you so many times. You normally answer my calls.
I was on United Stand. The proof is there. Go and check the time you called me and go and check the time I was doing the recording. And go and check the time I was on live.
It's all right, man. Take the L. Do you know you United fans, yeah? Do you know why you pissed me off? Do you know why? You don't firm the L. Take it, bro. You took the L. Just take it.
Talking about aggregates. Who cares about aggregates, bro?
Just take it.
Aggregates. Who cares?
Take the L and be like, we were the better team yesterday, right?
For part of the game, for a bit of the game.
Fast. Come on.
Fast.
Not overall.
Come on.
Overall, we were the better team.
Who were the better team?
We were the better team.
No, we had you pinned in first half. We had you properly pinned.
No, you didn't,
we had
bro.
you properly pinned. Yes, we did.
Bro, what?
Yes,
you man had 12 touches in our box, bro.
Don't need to because Nottingham Forest had 25% possession against Liverpool and yet slapped them. So this touches on the ball. No, I know, but this touches on the ball thing. It's a bit mythical. This touches on the ball doesn't justify anything. Touches on the ball in the box doesn't justify if someone dominated someone or even someone outplayed someone. It doesn't.
You're not Nottingham Forest. You've got a manager. I was hearing United fans say Ten Hag's playing beautiful football.
We did in the first half. We did. In the first half, we had you shook.
I didn't see it.
No.
I didn't
yes,
see it.
when the first goal went in, the first goal went in, you all were shook.
6 minutes later, what happened? You saw Odegaard. He said to the players,
then for the first goal, when Rashford scored, you guys were shook.
That was a great goal from Rashford. See, I'm not
very good goal. Very good goal.
Very
great
good.
goal.
What?
And he's joining us.
No! This I'm not. Man cannot say on my stream, Marcus Rashford is joining Arsenal. I'll get off the stream. I don't care. You guys think I'm lying? I swear. You think bro, I'll even play the out. I'm not joking. I swear I'm not joking. If you say Rashford is joining Arsenal, yeah, that's a red flag, bro. That's a red card. That's proper red card. Can't have that. No. Not having that. Not having that.
Hey.
Not having that. Offside.
Hey.
Offside.
Hey. Listen.
Timeout, foul, everything.
I'm not going to run banter.
You guys can't even afford Rashford. Let's be honest. You can't afford
Rashford.
Rashford is 200 mil plus.
Chill out, man.
Chill out, man. Relax.
How much is Rashford worth?
Relax.
How much is
He's
Rashford
got
market? How much?
How many years has he got left in his contract?
How old
He's
is
gonna
Rashford?
extend. He's gonna stay here. Don't matter how many
Is
years.
he?
He's gonna
Is
stay.
he? Not
How
to
old
me,
is he? How old is he?
25.
Rashford is going to stay in Manchester United.
Let him. Let him. We're not begging, bro.
Bro, we don't need him.
We've got Saka.
What happened to
Killer.
Martinelli last night? Okay, first let's start.
He
What
was
happened to
shocking.
Martinelli?
He was shocking. He was shocking. I'll be so real. All right, this is what I've noticed about Martinelli. See, Jesus focuses play on his left-hand side, right? Eddie Nketiah focuses it on his right-hand side. And can you see the difference? When Jesus was in the team, the ball was going a lot more to Martinelli. And if the 10 we have bases his game off the right-hand side as well. He likes going to the right-hand side a lot more than the left-hand side. So that is going to affect Martinelli. But I guarantee you, when Jesus gets back in the team, yeah, when Jesus gets back into the team, Martinelli will come again. But as of right now, he has been shocking. He has been not since he came back from the World Cup. He hasn't been the same. He needs to wake up, bro, because we're fighting for the league. This is not a joke thing. Like, I need everyone to rise it up. Rise it.
All right, I'm leaving. Arsenal are gonna win the league. We're gonna win the league. This is our season.
Say it again.
It's
Say
done.
it again. Say it
It's
again.
our season. This season is ours.
Say it again, bro.
Safe.
Safe. But nah, listen. Enough of the
What happened to Ben White?
Shocking. Good substitution by Arteta though. Early yellow card, we couldn't risk him anymore. I'll be so real.
What about Partey as well? He wasn't amazing yesterday.
Shocking. He was poor. This is what I'm saying. This is exactly what I'm trying to say, that we weren't good. We weren't good. Because I've seen Arsenal perform better than that. We weren't good. We wasn't good. We weren't good.
I was impressed with Odegaard, though. I can't lie. Odegaard stepped up, really stepped up, and he shows his level as a number 10 in the Premier League. You know, for his age. I wonder what he's gonna cook in the next 2 years, because he's very young. Right
now.
And his free kicks is amazing as well.
Right now, play of the season. I'll give it him. Right now.
Yeah,
he's
I
our
don't
top
think
league
there's.
scorer.
I think he's in the conversation.
I'm gonna get into depth of Arsenal if you don't mind. Anyways, I'm not going to banter United whatsoever, but I do want to talk about a few people. Some of them,
go on.
Some of them shit. I'll start off with Ramsdale. I didn't like the second goal United scored. Lack of communication. Him and Tomiyasu. I didn't like that.
You mean the when he came off his line?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
He's done that mistake before, by the way.
Yeah. So even though he's still a young keeper, regardless, you're a professional goalkeeper. Amateur football, people say always communicate. Keepers, that goal was easily avoidable. I didn't like that. And I'll get on Ben White. Ben White, shocking. Needs to improve next game. I want to see him improve next game. I need to see Thomas Partey get better next game as well, because I didn't like the misplaced passing. I didn't like any of it, which annoyed me. But on to the good stuff.
I don't think Gabriel was that good. I don't think he was that good.
Nah.
I knew you were going to say that. I don't think Gabriel was that good.
Bro,
since
he had his hairline done, no one can chat to him. Bro, I'll be so real. Since the World Cup, Saliba's been shaky and Gabriel's been the better one since the World Cup, bro. But rival fans don't want to see it because Gabriel has that bozo gene in him. But a lot of good centre-backs have that bozo gene in them. Prime example was Sergio Ramos. I'm not comparing them, but Sergio Ramos did have a bozo gene because of the fact next thing he'll be playing amazing. Next thing he'll get sent off. That is a bozo gene. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
Zinchenko.
It was
He
okay.
came,
Yeah.
nah. He came from the real club in Manchester. He came from the real club from Manchester, the real club in Manchester, right? Joined the real pride of London, the real ones, not this Russian money, the real
Well, he got
one.
rejected by Man City, sure.
He didn't get rejected, but
Well, technically he did. You know, he's in his prime, and Man
hey,
City said let him go.
you could do it, Zinchenko.
Over who? Luke Shaw?
Over any of your left backs,
Malacia? No,
Malaria.
he doesn't out defend Malacia. No, Zinchenko can't out defend
Here we
Malacia.
go. But bro,
Nah,
you don't need
not
that,
having it.
bro. Bro, listen.
Not having it.
Listen, bro. Listen. You could do it, Zinchenko. With the alright, cool. I'll tell you this now. Guarantee you, in 3 years' time, Ten Hag will have a player like Zinchenko that inverts. I can guarantee you
Yeah,
that.
but so does Malacia. Malacia is inverted all throughout the season in numerous games.
He's capped, bro. Malaria. Malaria.
Malacia is very good. Defensively, he's very, very good. Malacia also had Saka at certain times in the first leg of the game.
Whoa. I will
did.
not accept that.
But that's my take. He did. Saka got better of him twice. And then the third time he got somewhat better of him. But after that, Malacia had him.
You lot said the same thing about Aaron Wan-Bissaka, his first season. You lot gassed him up.
Yeah, but that's then. But
no.
You don't even want to get into the Bisaka talk right now. But Bisaka is cooking everyone.
No.
But Malacia defensively, come on. Malacia would have, for example, if Saka cuts in on his left like he did last night, Malacia would have taken him. Yeah, exactly.
Because he can't. Yeah. Bro, right now, this season, I'll say it with chest. Saka's been the best right winger in the Prem. Who you gonna name? No one.
Mahrez, of course, Mahrez, but
bro, I'm on about this season. I'm not just on about from World Cup, bro.
Okay, if you say just this season, sure, I can see it.
Saka's been
because Salah's not there. Salah's not there. You know, a lot of the right wingers this season are not what I thought they would have been. Kulusevski is still not as left
consistent,
that,
always injured. But Saka, that boy is special. Special player, bro. Special. He scored against every big six club. Every single one of them at the age of 21. Huh? At the age of 21. Big game, steps up. Big game, I'm here. What now? Chat to me. See, don't let that church boy mentality fool you. The guy's a killer, you know. He saw Rashford do that celebration. So, all right. What about this now? Bagged it. Everyone, calm. The league is coming home, baby. Number 14 is coming home. Number 14 is coming home. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, big up Eddie.
I will wait and see. Big up Eddie and Ketia, though, for sure. Big up Eddie and Ketia. But I'll wait and see what Arsenal do, because I'm not the type to banter you, but Arsenal fans, yeah, I'm gonna differently come for you guys if you don't win the league. I don't want to hear no FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Europa. And I know you said we won't beat Barcelona. We won't get past them in the 2 legs. So this is up to God. This, we will see what happens with Barcelona.
God won't let it happen. God ain't going to let it happen. It's written. I can see the vision.
Do you think you could beat Barcelona?
Oh, we'll smoke Barca. We'll smoke them. Easy. Easy work. All day, easy. Bro, we're the best team in England right now. People seem to forget this, you know. Right now, which team is better than Arsenal right now? Which team? Which team is better than Arsenal right now?
in
Everyone
in the world.
in England.
Oh, well, only Man City competes with you, really, and Newcastle
Are
took points
they?
from you.
Are City competing with us?
Yeah, for the league. Yeah,
Are they though? City?
yeah, yes. You have to play them twice this season. You're
February
playing
15th.
them 3 times. You play them
February
every other
15th.
game.
February 15th. February 15th. We'll see. February 15th, day after Valentine's Day.
Where do you live? Are you based in Manchester?
Bro, Bolton boy.
So you're here. I might, you know what? I might do that. I might link up with you, and we might watch the Arsenal Man City game together. If I have the no clashing with timing, I might do that.
Bro.
And for it's a weird one as a Man United fan. It's a weird one because you don't want Man City to do the 3P, and I know what happens when Arsenal win the league. It's world war. It's done. It's Thanos basically. It's problem. It's a big problem. What do I prefer more? If Man City win the league, it's okay. They only have 5 fans. They don't shout and scream much. But if Arsenal win the league, they take over internet. So let me just go through this chat quickly. Faz, please remind, big up Ronald for the super chat, says Faz, please remind Dom that Zinchenko got replaced by a youth player called Lewis from Man City, who has a full team, who have a team full of rejects. Stop claiming you are the best. You are finishing 8th in the league.
All right, cool. Can I rebuttal that?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
Casemiro a reject? Because Madrid sold him. Is he a reject? Is he?
I don't think so because they just moved on. But
okay.
sure,
cool.
I can see that analogy.
Look at the difference. Are City missing Zinchenko? A lot of City fans are saying, yeah. I've
seen some tweets, some City fans saying,
all right.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take the rejects and we'll be top of the league. Give me that any day of the week.
I know, to be honest, Dom, I can't disagree with what you said, because when Man United fan base was saying Casemiro's on the decline, and when few games ago, I just said, listen, if Casemiro's on the decline, get me all the declines, man. Get me all of the declines that there is. So I get you.
That's a weird analogy. What? Because the club decided to sell a player, that means he's a reject. Okay, mate.
I mean, look at Salah, look at Kevin De Bruyne,
exactly.
Look at the clubs that they were in at the time.
Come on, broski, you're better than that. You're better. You're better than that.
Let me get just quickly. Let me bring it up first and foremost. Your fixture list, and then get your fixtures. Bear with me. Fixture. There you go. Hold on. Fixtures. So people are asking for your prediction for the next few fixtures. You have Manchester City versus Arsenal in 4 days. Oh, well, it's on my birthday, actually. I might actually go and watch that game. I get Man City tickets quite easily. I might go and watch that game. And if I get a spare one, I'll let you know, and you can come with me. 1 second. Yeah. Would you be up for that?
Yeah, I'll be up for that. But prediction, if you want,
it's on Friday. Yeah.
Ideally, I want us to rest players because we can't afford to keep playing the same players. So I'm gonna go for 3-1 City.
I think I can actually. Yeah, I can get tickets. Well, it's City Stadium. It's empty. You'll always get tickets. Yeah, you always get tickets. So I might do that. Are we playing on the Friday? I don't think we are. Let me just quickly check as well.
You lot are playing on Wednesday. So
we got Forest on Wednesday, but then we have on Sunday we have a game, or is it when's our next game after that? Let me just check. But Friday, yeah, it should be good actually. We'll make that happen. Friday is my birthday as well. What a brilliant way to see. Who do I want? Do I want Arsenal or Man City in the FA Cup? That's the good question. Do I want
You don't
Arsenal?
want you'd rather play City than us.
We've got Reading on Saturday. We've got to play Reading on Saturday.
Easy for you guys, bro.
Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, easy work, and then we've got Forest after that. But on Friday, FA Cup, City versus Arsenal. Your prediction is?
Like I said, I expect Arteta to make changes, and we know our second squad isn't good enough. Wayne, our second squad isn't good enough, bro. And I'm a realist. Our second squad ain't good enough, and I don't expect us to get through the next round because I know he's gonna make changes. Lokonga, Fabio.
But FA Cup is
Vieira.
very prestigious for you guys.
I know it's very prestigious, but can we afford to right now? Can we really afford to? Can we? No. Listen, I'll be so pissed if Saka's playing. I'll be so livid, bro. I'll be so real. My head will be gone, bro. Because I need this league, bro. I need it. I need the Premier League. I need it, bro. So my head will be. Yeah. But then again, I'm kind of contradicting myself because what happens if we don't win the league? I still want a trophy. Do you get me? So it's like I don't know, but ideally, I want us. Hopefully, we win. But if I'm being real, Pep's is gonna go. Bro, their second team could challenge for the league. So
okay. Like I said, I'm gonna try and get to the game.
Big up Judy, man. PH Barbers. Big up Judy. That's my broski still. Big up.
Is he in the chat?
Nah. Logan said Dom should go PH Barbers, but Judy's.
Oh, yeah, Jim.
Nah,
PH, that's my barbers as well. So yeah, PH. What's your prediction for Everton Arsenal?
2-1 Arsenal.
New manager bounce Everton, maybe? No?
Yeah. That's why I said 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay. Brentford Arsenal.
Brentford are good away, you know. I know we beat them in the first game. 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0. They've been winning, you know. They beat Liverpool at home. They've had some good decisions, good wins from away. They've been cooking, man. They've been cooking, Brentford.
2-0. I'm confident.
Okay, you're still saying they're gonna win. Okay. Arsenal, Man City.
You ready for this? How many goals did I say United will concede last time? 3 goals, right? I did say yeah. Give me another 3. 3-1 Arsenal. Is it at home to us? Yeah. 3-1 Arsenal.
And then you play away, you know, in a month or so.
Yeah.
What about that score against City?
1-1.
Okay. Okay. I won't ask you because there's so many more. Let's ask you the big ones. Liverpool, Arsenal. Away. You're away.
When is that game? Is it in April?
Yeah, your April fixture is fucked.
Yeah, it's tough. I know. 2-1 Liverpool. Because we'll have the rig wrapped up then, so I don't care.
Wow. Newcastle, Arsenal away.
1-1.
Arsenal, Chelsea away.
4-0 Arsenal.
No, you're playing home. Sorry, you're playing.
4-0 Arsenal. 4-0 Arsenal. It's Chelsea, bro. I don't care.
João Felix will be ready by then.
He'll be packing his bags as well to go. Because
Mudryk will be cooking.
All right, we'll see. Anytime he touches the ball, boo.
Wow.
We'll talk soon.
Wow.
Soon talk. Saka will be there. Martinelli hopefully should be there. Jesus will be back. Talk soon.
Wow. Lot of chest, man. A lot of chest.
Hey,
I guess rightly so. Rightly so. The way the way you're
all
thinking
these
is
United
performing.
fans, all these United fans, I know why you lot are getting aggy. You lot are getting, I don't even smoke. That's the mad thing. You lot are getting all aggy. Do you know why? You wish you were in Arsenal's position. You
Okay.
all wish you were in Arsenal's position. And that, am I lying, Faz?
No, you're not.
Would you be doing what I'm doing if you were in our position?
With all due honesty, I would do worse.
Exactly.
I
So
can't lie.
listen. I will have chest. Stop telling me 6 months into your project, because when Arsenal fans were saying that, you all laughed at us. Oh, now you want to trust the process. Nah, it don't work that way, mate. I don't want to hear this 6 months.
Where's your even your Europa fixtures not out yet? Is it? Your Europa fixtures are not out
Nah,
yet. So that's
because you lot are playing round of 32 in it, and we're playing
yeah.
round of 16. You know, because
Yeah.
some people actually win their groups, but
Yeah. Yeah, indeed.
some teams don't lose to Real Sociedad.
Yeah, and then we were cheated as well with the handball situation that
is
fucked
it?
us up.
Nah, I didn't know
That was
that.
not a handball.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. United
Yeah.
fans crying about refereeing decisions shocked me.
Yeah. Oh, last night's refereeing. Let's not even fucking get into that. This guy last night, mate. I don't even want to talk about the guy last night, mate. That guy, he
What?
needs to, bro. That
Should we talk
referee,
about? Wait. Should we talk
bro.
about that goal? The ref
Taylor needs to,
disallowed
bro.
for us.
Taylor needs to have a check, bro. Taylor.
Right.
But anyways, refereeing decisions, I don't like to talk about them because when you're a proper club, you take your chances, you take your goals. You don't be messing about with refereeing decisions.
No one's talking about referees, bro. It's a United fans that are talking about it, Dan. Come on, man.
I won't want to be Arsenal. Since Arsenal won the league, we have won 6 English Premier League titles and
Can I
2
rebuttal?
European
Can I
titles.
rebuttal to that? Can I
Go on.
rebuttal to that? Like I said, bro, if you listened, I said right now, United fans wish they were top of the league. That's for every fucking football team. You wish you're at top of the league, bro. So enough about, we've won 6 EPLs. Well, guess what? Are you on top of the league? Are you? No. So don't tell me about 6 EPLs, bro, because I don't care, bro. You're not top.
Listen, no, Dom. Your chest is fully accounted for. Like, you have the right. You have the right for your chest. No two ways about it. You have the right. You have the right. Fully credit to you guys. But all I'm saying, yesterday's game was very, very good, man. It was such an enjoyable game of football than Liverpool and Chelsea the day before. I'm glad we gave even the Liverpool and Chelsea fans got involved from our entertainment because they didn't have no fucking entertainment.
And you lot think I'm out of my head for saying we'll smoke Chelsea for 0.
I love all this. This is good.
And guess what? It will not bite me back because my boys will rise it up.
We'll rise it up. All right, Dom. Big up to you for joining. Like I said, I will let you join. I'll let you know about the City ticket. It should be doable. It should be very much doable. I'm gonna make.
Big up the people. Them still. It's all love, man. It's all love.
Of course.
Make sure you like and subscribe in it to Faz. Yeah. Big up my guy Faz in it. But all love, man. No hard feelings, but you just gotta hold that. All right, bro.
Say big up to Dom. Big up to Dom for joining. Obviously, if we reach further up in the FA Cup, then it'd be good to face them. Shall I go to the City Arsenal game with Dom? By the way, I do want to go to more football games. Where else to start than these type of games, right? I want to bring you guys more football content, not just Manchester United, just other games in general in the Premier League. So I might start going to these games. What are you guys thinking? What are you guys thinking? Yes, no, comments. Shall we go? It would be good. It would be some good content, wouldn't it? We can make some vlogs and etc. If he loses, if he wins, whatever. But I want to be going to more football games in general. So yeah, that would be interesting. That would be interesting indeed. Time to level up the content, I guess. Wait, man. Wait. Yes, Uncle Fazinho. Yeah, take him. You guys, man. You guys were triggered by him. Faz, what's the most important thing in life? It is to stay alive. That's the most important. Stay alive, stay healthy. Rest is what it is, man. Rest is what it is. But big up to everyone for joining. Thank you all. It was good. We had to give the Arsenal fans their credit. We had to give them their time. They had their time. They had their chest, and rightly so. The chat obviously went crazy when Dom joined. They clearly didn't like a lot of his takes, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But other than that, thank you all for joining. I shall see you guys tomorrow with the preview for the Nottingham Forest game, and we'll take it from there. I'll end the poll here. 73% of people want me to go to the City and Arsenal game, so it'd be good. It would be good. But yeah, peace, love, and guidance. Take care. I'm out, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow.